Give me a second. One fucking frustrating thing about recording my fucking face is always feeling like I have to be not looking disgusting as fuck when I do this. But I usually do. I usually don't give any fucks. You're looking like fucking Kratos, Manny. Got the whole beard. Man. This is like the first time we are like recording the podcast like in the schedule that it's supposed to be, where it's like hella spread out. It's literally been over 2 weeks since the last time we recorded.
Yeah.
I missed you, bitch. It's so long. You know how many things I wanted to talk to you about? And I was like, oh, waiting. Took so long.
Yeah, well, now we're here.
Now we're here. Feel like we skipped a week, but I guess we didn't. It's just time's been going slowly.
Yeah. Time has been going really fast.
I know. For you?
Fast? Yeah, for me.
So that's how your month's been? It's been good. Usually when time's going fast, it means you're doing good.
I'm just trying to get my civilian life together.
Yeah, because you were a superhero for 4 years. Saving lives. Killing all those people across the pond.
Something like that.
Are you looking at something?
No, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Well, then let's go, Manny, because we got a lot to talk about, and it's really late. So let's get it started. So,
go on, go talk about first.
I don't know. There's so much. I guess. So what have you been watching? Have you watched anything or played anything other than like the shows that I know just like all came out and stuff?
Other than like the shows that came out?
Yeah.
I started watching I'm about to finish this anime called Maid Sama. I bet you heard of it.
Maid Sama. That's it? That's like the only.
Yeah. Or it's like, I think the real title is Class President is the Maid.
I'm gonna type it in, but what's it about? Is that new?
No. Came out 2010.
Okay.
I think fairly popular when it comes to like romance. But it's one of them things I'm watching it dubbed and I'm like having it in the background and I'm like I'm still absorbed.
Yeah.
But you never seen it?
No, like I'm looking at it now and I kind of recognize the poster. I've scrolled by it, but it seemed I've never like heard of it in conversation, so I like never acknowledged its existence, and it's just kind of blended into the other Maid Sama-esque shows that have like, come across my catalog.
Yeah. This one is I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's funny, but it's just like it's like good mid.
Good mid. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, usually when you watch mid, all you're asking for is good mid. It's like, okay. Yeah. I like myself some good mid sometimes.
Sweet moments. I got like, it's a 26 episode show. I got like 6 more. A lot of cute shit. There's a lot of, there's been a couple of scenes that made me laugh out loud.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. Like the class, like I'm just, the school is like for guys only, but then this girl goes there and like she becomes class president and like she's feared and shit. She starts running shit. And then like the dude, the main guy, like find out she works at like this maid cafe and she's a maid there and he goes there every day and they start like building a relationship through there. But like throughout the show, like she becomes more and more liked throughout the school where all the guys hated her. Now like everyone's kind of like, everyone likes her, defends her and shit. They're building a relationship through school. It's kind of cool. Yeah,
it seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
Good. What's well, you're not done with it, but I'll be interested to hear how it scales on your 250 gazillion plus list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe if it has a good ending, it might end up in a 7.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. So what I guess you can, did you watch anything else besides the main things? You can get into the main things whenever.
I watched, of course, I watched like Chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Blue Lock, the soccer show.
Yeah. I didn't watch anything, by the way. I didn't watch anything.
Okay. I watched Bleach.
Oh, yeah. How was that? I mean, it's only like one episode, but like.
It's 2 now.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to give like, because there's a lot that I'm not going to watch. You don't have to talk about Chainsaw Man, but, you know, just based on like, no, I'm going to watch it, but like, I'm going to watch it whenever I have time. Like, I'm going to try to watch it with other people whenever I can. I don't want to really watch it by myself. So, yeah.
I'm watching and Spy Family as well.
Yeah, I forgot about Spy Family. That's something I should watch by myself. But what first episode swung you off your feet like the most, except for Chainsaw Man? Like besides that one?
I'll say Bleach, but Bleach episode 2 did, because they go to Waco Mundo in episode 2. That's pretty cool.
Waco Mundo is like the place where all the bad guys are, which is like the hell place, right? I don't know. I'm not too educated on Bleach.
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
Like where the second major arc was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they went there, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Is the animation OD? I saw the opening on YouTube, and I'm like, "Fuck! I wish I liked Bleach so I could watch this."
Yeah, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually interested. How many episodes is going to be in?
They said 4 cores, so it's going to be over the course of like 4 seasons of anime.
So like 48 to 52.
No, longer, like 100, right? Wait,
4 seasons?
Oh wait, no, yeah, 52. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
4 cores, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Cool.
They showed the final guy already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no filler. It's over. It's gonna be well paced. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Are you how was Blue Lock? Because that's the one like where we were both interested in, like the fresh new kid on the block, right?
Yeah, Blue Lock.
Obviously, it's only one episode, but
yeah, I feel like I don't know if like a non-soccer fan's gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it because I like soccer. I played soccer my whole life, and they talk about like real soccer players in the show.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah. So, and it's like, and they brought up a real event. So Japan in the last World Cup, they were beating Belgium in the quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm.
It was around it was like before the quarterfinals. They were beating Belgium, which is like a top 5 team, 2-0. Then Belgium like came back at like the last minutes and scored 3 goals, and Japan got knocked.
Oh shit, yeah. That's crazy.
That happened at the last World Cup, and in the show they're like Japan's fucking ass. we need new players, and that's why they start like comparing other like real players, like blah blah blah. This guy, Messi, Ronaldo, and then there's like pretty much they're trying to form the next Japan guy.
That's so cool. Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Awesome. There was an anime called Days, and it was like a soccer anime, and I remember when I was like, you remember that? You remember Days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you watch it? I watched like the first couple episodes, and I was just like, fuck this. I was like, boring.
Sports anime.
Yeah.
I want fun.
Bing Bong. Bing Bong is the only sports anime we watch. People really like live and die by Haikyuu, and that makes me want to watch it. But I just never got around to it.
Yeah, but every time I see anything about Haikyuu, it's about like the boys being pretty. So
really? Oh, I see people like love the story, like, and they're way more passionate about it than most fucking other anime. So that's like that's the main thing I see. But fucking, did you hear that they're making like a slam dunk movie? I mentioned that like previously before, but there's like a new like slam dunk like movie like coming out.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, I want to watch Slam Dunk, man. Ugh.
That's a that's that's a couple episodes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has a lot of episodes. By a couple, I think it's like 50 plus. I probably would read it instead of watch it. But it looks good. Like the anime does look
That's
awesome.
100,
Say again?
101 episodes.
Yeah. I don't even know if it adapts the whole thing.
Oh yeah, Mob Psycho came out as well, but I'm not gonna watch Mob Psycho.
Yeah, I know that you're not into that. I didn't even watch season 2, so I'm probably not going to watch it either.
Yeah.
Until later.
Mob Psycho is just one of those shows that so many people like it's so goated, and I watch them like.
When I watch season 2, did you watch season 2? Okay, I would like ask about it, why you feel the way you feel in more detail, but I haven't seen season 2, so I don't know if you can speak.
I don't remember anything about the show, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anyway.
Was it one of those things where you watched and you're like, what the fuck is so special about this? Like you just weren't vibing with it, or you had active issues that where you're like, why the fuck does anyone like this kind of thing? Because when I
just like, go ahead.
When I watched Jujutsu Kaisen, I was like, oh, I don't care about this at all, but I get why everyone else likes it, so I'm not going to be a hater. But like, when I brought up Mob Psycho, you were like, bro, fuck that show. Fuck that show. you said, it was really passive aggressive. You were like, honestly, bro, that show's ass. I'm not gonna lie. It was like 5 seconds of silence, and I was like, oh, because Mob Psycho was like my shit in like in high school. Like me, Kevin, we would watch Mob Psycho because we didn't. It really delivered in the way that like I felt like One Punch Man delivered, where you have like a dude that is insanely overpowered, and you like write a story around that. And it was really fun for me. Yeah.
For me, it was the show would just go on until he hit like 100%. And it was like that's the show, you know what I mean? And the character himself, he was one of those dull characters, like boring, like doesn't talk, has no personality. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like like the show would like something would happen and he would like be there, then beat up, and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. And same thing as One Punch Man, and I get tired of them type of shows quick.
I understand.
Plus, I'm not a fan of like dull main characters. Really, even like Jotaro, like you know what I mean. I never been like so like such a fan of that like character type.
Afro. See, yeah.
One of those characters. Like, don't get me wrong, he's cool, but
you don't give a shit about him because he is one of those guys.
Yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, him and Jotaro are cool characters.
Yeah,
but they're not.
They're not what?
They're not like, they're nothing special to me.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's why I think part 4 of JoJo really did it for me. He stands out.
Yeah. Jotaro's a good example. Jotaro is probably my favorite Joestar. I like a character that can like just kind of stand there and like it already like says so much for me personally. Like Jotaro is just that guy where I don't know how to explain it. But sometimes like when I look at a character, they don't even have to say anything, and just like everything that makes them who they are is like speaks for itself, even if they're like really quiet. That's kind of why I like Afro, because he has so much like backstory and he has like so much to him, so he doesn't really need to say much. And there's like old like samurai movies and stuff that kind of have that same vibe. Kind of like it's kind of like that dude from the Star Wars Visions one, you know? Yeah. Like the movies that inspired that and that character in and of itself. Jotaro is Jotaro is my favorite JoJo, and I've given that a lot of thought because of his quietness, because he's like so stoic and stuff. But speaking of JoJo, fucking the biggest news. Do you know about this? This is what I should have started with. This is like the thing I was the most excited to talk about. Do you know about the JoJo thing?
No.
You don't? Manny, JoJo Part 6 is going to be ending. We're going to get the last batch of episodes a lot earlier than we thought. It's going to be ending on December 1st. And we're getting it universally. So all 38 episodes are going to drop. Well, the 2 batches are already out right now. The second batch came out earlier in September, but now we're getting the third batch, the final batch of episodes. They said it. It literally says it on the poster. The final batch of episodes, fucking December 1st. So we're gonna watch JoJo. We're gonna watch JoJo for Christmas.
Yeah, I thought you already knew about that.
No, when did they say that? This was the first time.
It said date, but it was like I knew it was like at the end of the season.
You think you did? Oh, okay. I did not think that at all.
It's Part 6 JoJo like this season. I thought like it would like come out the end or like because like it's like the weekly.
But there's 12 episodes that came out at the beginning of like this season already, right? Like last month or something. Like there was already
that was at the end of last season.
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah. Fuck. All right. Well, I guess it's not a surprise for you. But when I saw it, I was like, man, he's going to be so happy. I was literally like so happy. I had a smile on my face the whole day walking around in the supermarket. Be like, what are you so happy about? It's like, JoJo. Oh, man. But, dude, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
I can't wait. Everything is getting dropped off for JoJo. Me.
Yeah, so like time it well. Like watch the first like 20-ish, however many are out now, and then watch like we'll figure it out when the date rolls around. But we might have to record like very soon after it comes out, based on like the timing of like the episodes and when they come out. Because I would like it to just be on the next episode like as soon as possible afterwards. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy fucking thing. So there's JoJo finally ending. They just announced today that the second season of Tatami Galaxy, directed by the Sunny Boy guy, which has been coming out in Japan on Disney Plus, is going to come out in America on November 9th on Disney Plus. You're going to get Tatami season 2 on Disney. That's crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
Watch Tatami Galaxy, yeah. Do you think Did you think a season 2 would like ever come out?
No.
That's so weird.
When I watched it, I am excited though. I'll say that it's possible to make a season 2. It's one of those type of things, and I have faith that because it's like based on a book and shit, you know.
I have faith. Sunny Boy was lit.
Yeah, Sunny Boy was lit, and Tatami was like. I'm not spoiling the show by saying this, but it was too thoughtful for them to make a sequel and be like ass. Like there's no way you can make a sequel and like half-ass it. It's like impossible.
Well, we've seen that a couple of times.
Really? I know, like Matrix and stuff, but this is, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but I have faith. It's like Science Saru. It's the same studio and everything.
That's cool though.
Yeah. So now that you're back, you can borrow my Blu-ray of the show if it makes it easier to watch. I don't know if it will, but that's how I watched it, and it was like very easy. So you can maybe watch it on your PlayStation and rewind like at your leisure without any lag and stuff, and maybe it'll help. But it's good.
Yeah, because I have a monitor with no speakers, and I don't want to wear headphones while watching my show.
Oh, okay. How do you usually watch it? Like watch stuff on your phone?
Watch on my laptop, and then I lay down and cover my whole body under the sheets and watch it like sideways.
Yeah. Maybe you should come over and we should watch it again. I should watch it again.
Tatami Galaxy.
Tatami Galaxy.
I would have been watched it, but Funimation's so ass.
Well, Funimation's dead, so I feel like we killed it. I feel like it's insane. We talked so much trash, and then the day it was like, oh, By the way, Funimation's dead.
It's like our fault.
We did it. We killed
We
them.
fuck that shit. We did
What?
the world a favor.
We need the world to what?
We did the world a favor.
Yeah, we did. Fuck Funimation. Oh, there's so much shit, bro. It's been so long. So there was the Tatami Galaxy season 2. There was JoJo Part 6, and then to keep the anime news rolling, did you see the second Trigun trailer? I should have sent it to you because you do need to watch it. It's short enough. So if you haven't seen it, we should just watch it right now.
Okay.
It came out very recently. So
Let's watch that thing.
You want to watch it at the end? Okay. We can do that. So there's that. We'll save it for the end. And then let's see. A lot of trailers, dude. Did you see the Last of Us live action HBO trailer?
The what?
The Last of Us TV show? Did you know that was happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was like fake.
It seems fake, right? When you look at the thumbnail, you're like, that's not real. That's not the girl who's playing Ellie, is it?
So yeah, that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a real thing. But I never played The Last of Us, so I have no connection or any like thing. But from my perspective, Last of Us seems like, from a cinematic standpoint, so reliant on the fact that like you're playing a video game. And it feels like a lot of like the camera angles and like a lot of the, you know, choices when it comes to presenting stuff through the cinematics kind of plays hand in hand with the fact that sometimes you're watching things from over the shoulder, like in a video game perspective. So I don't know. I've seen some cinematics in the game and I'm like, you can't just cut and paste that to live action. It won't be the same. And when I watched like the trailer, I'm like, this looks stupid. But yeah, tell me what you think if you're like skimming it now.
What did you say? Was the last thing you just said?
Tell me what you think if you're looking at it right now.
No, I wasn't looking at it.
Oh, okay.
I'm shit.
Yeah, we gotta watch it. I wonder if it's gonna be like Cowboy Bebop.
I don't want to watch it.
You don't have to. Nothing's forcing you. You're done with HBO. We're all done with HBO. I don't have it anymore.
Nah, I got it. My boy gave me his account.
All right, bet. Okay, that's the way. That's the way. You got to leech off of everybody. You got to have accounts from other people. Mm.
Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I canceled all my shit. But
I canceled it.
You canceled what?
I use this.
Redacted.
Yes, the best streaming service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I use a new method called
Redacted.
Yeah, I remember you was talking on the car.
Yeah, that's how I watched the movies. All of them. Every movie that we watched, I watched through that way. And it was like, yeah, this was great. I watched them in my living room on my Blu-ray player. It was cool. Okay, so let's see. What else do we got to talk about? Literally today, there's a new Mamoru Oshii anime. Like the guy who did Ghost in the Shell and Jinro. The fucking OD god crazy man Mamoru Oshii. He's got a new anime coming out. There's a trailer. I skimmed it. It doesn't have subs. I don't know when it's dropping, but that's just one of the things to take into account. Black Clover movie is coming out worldwide March 31st, 2023. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's going to be a theatrical thing, but it will be on Netflix at least. So get ready for that whenever it drops.
I hope it's in theaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always love going to theaters for anime.
Yeah. Do you still want to see the One Piece movie with us? Because you do? Okay. I'll make a conscious effort to include you in that. Oh, and lastly, I think this is the last like major anime thing to talk about. Did you see the fucking coolest shit to come out in the past 2 weeks? The Naruto 20th anniversary thing.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Oh my gosh. Did you like it? Because I fucking loved it. You seem to have a disconcerting face like, nah.
Nah, didn't see it.
Say again?
I didn't see it, but like I just heard about it.
Oh, I thought you saw it. Oh, it was so good. It like, oh man, it had me getting very emotional. I was like, fuck, I love Naruto. One of the comments was like, Naruto's not just fiction, it's peak fiction. And I was like, yes. It's real. Naruto's good. Naruto's really good, man. After watching that fucking thing, I was like, this is a good ass show. It reminded me, like, it was great. You should watch the thing. Regardless, I'm a cynical fuck that likes to make fun of Naruto too, but watching that thing made me go like, yeah, Naruto's the shit.
Growing up, I just don't really like Naruto anymore.
No. Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep my excitement to myself then. You should still watch the thing. It's cool.
Naruto is ass. No, I'm playing. I love that show.
Say again?
I think Dragon.
Say again?
I fell out of love with that show. I think Dragon Ball's better.
I also think Dragon Ball's better, but my love for Naruto is still holds true.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the beautiful memories I had. Dragon Ball is better. It's hard to explain why. It's really just they just look cooler. Yeah. It's really
like
hard to explain.
Z is like perfect. Other than like the Boo arc. Like Cell, Frieza, and the Saiyan arc is like that's perfect to me.
Yeah. Good shonen.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
That's like maximum shonen right there.
Maximum power level.
So like it's like incredible.
Has anything surpassed Dragon Ball? I'd say no.
First, Attack on Titan, but
Attack on Titan? Not in the same way.
they're not like this. They're not the same type of show,
right?
But if if we're saying that's a shonen, if that's like a shonen, then I guess that's better. But
right, I think in the sense when I ask like, has anything surpassed Dragon Ball? I mean in the sense of like the appeal of it, like the look, the characters, the aesthetic, the iconography. Like Dragon Ball was at like the Thanksgiving parade. Like Goku's like one of the fucking big giant balloons, you know? Goku is at the Olympics. He's like that iconic. He's like Superman kind of. He's like that one of those type of characters. Is Eren one of those type of characters? No. Attack on Titan's a great show, but it's not like that. It's not that kind of show, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Naruto tries to be that kind of thing. One Piece also tries to be that kind of thing. But I think aesthetically, none of them match like Dragon Ball, even though they're both great.
Nah, even though like it's crazy that like One Piece, like One Piece is about to like outsell Superman in like comic sales, right? All time.
It's
still as big as like Goku.
It's still not as big as Goku.
Like motherfuckers know who Goku is over Luffy.
Yeah, they do. Because he's Goku.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Everyone used to script Super Saiyan 10 when he was 2 years old.
Yeah.
Goku's the GOAT, dude. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I stand by it. I think, like, Dragon Ball Z, like, to the Saiyan, Frieza, Android Cell, that's that's peak right there. That's like peak shonen.
Yeah, I think Dragon Ball gets by a lot on its characters and its overall aesthetic, even when it fucks up in the writing or in like the story element department. It kind of doesn't matter because it's too cool to like fuck up. And like it's hard for me to like really rate it because I don't know how to quantify the how Dragon Ball compares to like other things, because other things just kind of, there's like no other piece of media that like matches it, except maybe Batman, just like as a brand, like completely. I think like that's the only other thing I can think of. Like everyone knows Batman, everyone knows Joker. A kid can draw Batman, you know, a kid can draw Goku, but not every kid wants to draw Naruto or Luffy.
Kids don't know who Luffy.
Yeah. Yeah, not these days. Actually, these days probably more than back then. But
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely. I want to make that clear. Like, definitely not way more. But back when we was growing up, if we walked around and asked Brockton High students, do you know who Monkey D. Luffy is?
Yeah.
You know Goku? Absolutely. They know who fucking Piccolo was over that motherfucker.
When I was a kid, I knew who Piccolo was. I didn't watch Dragon Ball, but I was like, that guy looks fucking sick. And have you seen
bro? Yamcha was cool as shit.
Yeah, I didn't know who Yamcha was because I didn't watch it as a kid.
Yeah. Didn't play the games?
My cousins would play the games, and I would see the story basically through the games and stuff.
Yeah, I assumed the story at first too.
Yeah. As a kid, I really gravitated towards Super Boo and like Piccolo. I was like, these guys look fucking sick as shit. You got a black guy and you got another black guy. I think that's why I like them, because Super Boo looks like he's sagging his pants because his pants are like in like the V shape.
Boo is so fucking cool, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Dude, like, look at the way his pants are like drawn on him. He looks like a nigga. Like, he looks like that dude. The way he stands, he's just like, I am that guy. Pull up.
Looks so cool, bro.
Yeah.
He's like the most basic cool like character ever, dude. He's just a guy, and he's just so. I just love the way he pulls up initially, like he pulls up and everyone's like, dude, and like the shit like him and Boo would like Kid Boo were doing, like it was so like different from like Cell and Frieza. They were just so out of control. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love like the back and forth between like hell and earth. Like they literally had to jump dimensions to try and stop this man. It was so funny.
Yeah, Kid Boo, like, and this is why like the only reason I said like Frieza or the Saiyan arc to Cell is peak is because like there is like some things I don't like about Boo, but like not Boo, but the Boo arc, but still like that arc is still like so fucking cool, bro. Like villains just don't do that shit.
Yeah,
like Kid Boo pulls up and they start laughing. He's just a kid. He blows.
Yeah.
Like Frieza's been talking all this earth, blah, 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 but he just does it. And it's like, damn.
Yeah.
So cool.
I know. And it's like, he gets away with it and you like fall in love with him just because of his design. Because he looks awesome. And you're like, holy shit, he looks so cool doing what he does. I love his smile and I love his voice. Like, yeah. And like, I love that move that he does. Like in the show when he does it, like, yeah.
Like, yeah, bro. There's so many, like, that arc has so many, like, cool character moments. Like, this is, like, Vegito.
Yeah.
Like, Gotenks when he pulled up. When I remember when they were on Kami's hideout and Super Boo was there. He's, like, talking to Piccolo. He's like, yo, where's that fucking fighter you promised, nigga? Piccolo's like, bro, chill, bro.
Bro, I remember when Super Boo... There's like a meme that like makes me remember this arc so much. Like he's because Piccolo's trying to tell him like you have to wait. He's like training and then he'll be ready in like an hour. And he's like, okay, 1 hour now. And he's like, no. This is an hour. And he puts the hourglass down. Yeah, and Super Boo's just sitting there like it's so scary, but it's like funny at the same time, you know? Yeah,
and then Piccolo's like, he starts bugging out. Piccolo's like, you can kill all the humans. You can kill everyone. And he's like, hi.
Dude, I don't even remember that. Yeah. I gotta rewatch Dragon Ball.
It's like, feels like, there's so many humans here you can like practice and kill. Like, just give us some time.
That's funny. Yeah.
And then like, I remember
Piccolo's a good character.
Fucking Chi-Chi went up to him and like smacked him.
Oh, she smacked. I don't remember this at all. She smacks you. No.
He went up to him. She's like, you fucking impatient. And then like Piccolo was like, they like he turned her into chocolate and ate her.
I don't remember that. That's really funny.
Dragon Ball is so goated, dude.
Mm-hmm. I like the females in Dragon Ball. I like when they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's good.
Dude. In Goku, there's no way you just don't like Goku and Vegeta. Like, there's no way. Like, you don't like that. Like, their dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
To me, like, if you watch the Boo movie, not the Boo movie, if you watch the newest movie, you saw Vegeta win at the end. Man, if you didn't feel that shit, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
For me, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love it.
Me too. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Other amazing things to bring up. Did you now you didn't watch the Naruto thing, but you must have watched the Mario trailer.
Nah. Are
you fucking serious? Wow, Manny, you're really good at avoiding like the most popular things that happen. That's insane. Well, they're making a Mario movie and it's Chris Pratt. Did you know that?
Nah.
You didn't know that either? Holy shit. Wow, I can't even talk about these things. Okay.
I've never in my life played a single Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Do you have any interest in playing any of them? No?
No.
Gotcha. Okay. You never played Smash?
No. I played one time at work. This guy. I beat the guy who like brought the Switch. I never played. I was like, but I don't know how to play. And then I beat him. Who did I play? I played Sonic.
Yeah.
Bodied him. But yeah, I've been a PlayStation boy.
Yeah, that's how it is for most people. If most people haven't played like that type of stuff, they haven't. I know now you're on the Switch, but you had a DS.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
That was just for Pokemon.
Just for Pokemon? You're a very interesting specimen, Manny. Man.
Pokemon was so goated back then, dude.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Because I got something I watched too.
Okay. Let's see. No, the only other things are like those are all the anime things. There are other world things like news, but do you want me to Kanye? I don't know. Yeah.
I haven't grasped what has been going on. I saw the George Floyd thing.
I don't know what that is.
You haven't seen that?
See, I haven't been paying attention to the Kanye thing too much either, so I don't know. Is it in relation to him?
Yeah, he was pretty much saying George Floyd took they're saying he took fentanyl before. I don't know if it's true or not, but they're saying he took fentanyl before and that's what killed him. And Kanye was like, but the cops didn't kill George Floyd. It was a blah 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 blah. And now black people. I saw him wearing the White Lives Matter thing.
Right. I saw him wearing that, but I didn't know it was for that reason. I thought he was just being like emotional, artsy Kanye, where he's like, "I love everybody," da 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 da. And I just kind of dismissed it because I'm like, okay, because I like Kanye, so when I see shit like that, I kind of immediately get it, and I kind of know what he's saying. But for it to kind of tie into that, I didn't know. He said that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been going crazy. I haven't really been following, but I know that the George Floyd's family is suing him. Kind of like how that one guy just got sued for like $1 billion.
Yeah, Alex Jones.
Yeah, I saw the Channel 5 video.
That was great.
Yeah, he's getting sued for $1 billion. So now, like the George Floyd family saying they're gonna try to sue Kanye for $250 million. Well,
so when you I don't fully understand the concept of that. Like someone says something that's fake, and then you can get money back for them saying something that's not true.
I don't know. I didn't know this was a thing until this Alex Jones thing, but I guess because he caused the family like actual like kind of damage in real life.
Right.
I guess.
I understand, because he does have a platform and he has more power than he thinks, and it like actually does stuff to the people. And I guess he is just a person, and I think that like everybody should be allowed to like have kind of whatever opinion they want. So when Alex Jones says some ludicrous shit, even if it's like clearly wrong, I don't want him to like not believe or like not be allowed to like feel that way, because you know, I have things that I feel that way about, but like I just don't say it, or I say it like in private, like not on camera or whatever. Not as ludicrous, but you know what I mean, like things that are like, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know like that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so.
$1 billion, like, well, I guess.
I know. What if I say in private, like, I don't know, just some like mildly questionable thing where it's like, oh, is that real fucking 9/11? Like, am I gonna, you know, get sued if I say that on like a podcast or something? I don't know.
How many people have said like 9/11's fake? Like
a lot of people.
So can those like families of those people who lost their lives can be like, you're fucked, I'm suing you. You know what I mean?
I guess if it does stuff, then yeah. Like if it spreads it. But then that's the question of like how do you know when someone is like the spreader, or if they're just like someone lower on the totem pole?
Yeah.
Yeah. In these cases, it seems like it's very clearly Alex Jones and Kanye and stuff. So I get that, but
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's complicated. Oh well, Kanye's acting crazy. Still love his music. Yeah.
250 mils. It's kind of nothing to him.
Is it?
But
that's a lot of money.
He's a billionaire. It's a lot of money, but
even if you are a billionaire, that does not mean you have like dozens of billions. You probably have like 10 billion. He's
because like it's because of the fashion.
Okay.
The Yeezys and shit like that. It's not even. But if he like got sued and lost, like he'd be all right.
Did you see the fucking this all started when he said back then I would say how sway, but now I say now sway. No, but the original clip was him going like he was on like an interview. Did you see it? Yeah. No, you didn't see it, but you've seen the Kanye like how sway how. Okay, well, on an interview recently, like very recently, like before all this controversial shit was happening, like maybe a week before, not that far before, he was like, you know what? I think Sway did have the answers. And I was like, no, Kanye, don't say that. And he jokingly right after was like, I know many people are going to be like, no, don't say that. It's a funny clip.
That is funny. Yeah. My brother was talking about it, and I thought that was so funny.
Mm-hmm. It was really funny. He knew it was funny too. Like he was smiling when he said it, and it was really cute. Kanye, no matter what Kanye thinks, no matter what like trifling stuff, I don't know, bro. From all the clips that I see, he just seems so wholesome. But I know he said some like really bad stuff like recently, about Jews or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He did say that.
Yeah. I don't have the full context, but I saw a Fantano video.
He said something. Then the interviewer was like, "Kanye, that's racist," and he was like, "I know."
Did he really? Holy shit! Kanye is a demon. Holy shit! That's funny. That's really funny. That's racist. I know. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even. I'm gonna be honest. When Kanye says some ludicrous shit, I always like to hear him out because, like, even if he's wrong, he does like put a modicum of thought, and he has like some rhyme and reason, even if it's the wrong rhyme and reason as to why he believes the things that he believes. And because he's so not giving a fuck of like what other people think, I kind of admire that. So I always like listen to him even if I disagree with him, because I can tell that he's being honest, which you can't really tell with most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my
whatever.
That's my Kanye take. And then fucking the only other thing that happened, I think, was fucking Coolio died. Poor Coolio. Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah, rip.
Yeah.
Ripperoonie.
Ripperoonie. Sorry, Coolio. Yeah, and I guess that's it. That's it.
Yeah, but I did watch a movie.
Yeah, I know what the movie is.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Over.
The Hangover, the classic. Why was this movie a classic?
Funny.
It's pretty funny.
I think the funny still holds up.
Okay. Do you think? But it was a classic beyond the funny because it was like raunchy or something, right? Do you understand what I mean? Like this was not about it being funny. It was about it like being shocking, or like for the time at least.
I think this movie is what every guy wants to experience once in their life.
Right.
That's why. I think that's why it's so iconic. Because when I was watching it, I was like, "Damn, I want to go to Vegas."
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good scenes. It's still funny. I think I thought going in I was going to find that like 2010 humor funny, but it still holds up, and there's a lot of funny shit. And yeah,
it's one of those movies that would never be made today, right? Kind of movies.
Yeah, I think they said faggot in there at one point. Yeah. I don't think movies like that will ever be made again. That sucks. But I will not be watching Hangover 2 or 3 because I think the one of those movies are good enough.
Okay. When Hangover 2 came out, I remember it was like people were like, "Yo, they made a second one, yo!" And the poster was so sick. Poster for the second one goes so hard. Have you seen the poster for the second one? I'll never forget that poster. It had a monkey on it. Remember? You said you wanted monkeys?
God.
You see it?
Yeah.
The dude got like a tattoo on his face, and everyone was like, "Yo, how'd he get the tattoo?" And then like the other guys got like his head shaved. Yeah, that shit. I remember going in theaters and like seeing that shit like on every wall, like Hangover 2, Hangover 2. Oh man, those were good times, bro.
Yeah, I think the second one's in Vietnam. No, not Vietnam.
Korea.
Maybe.
Say again.
It's like Philippines, Vietnam, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Luis Correa is in the Philippines right now.
Oh, what's he?
I talked to him a day ago.
Oh, you can just call him, right? His phone still works?
Hit him up randomly and he hit me back. But yeah, I think it's in Philippines. And it's the same motherfucker getting lost again. It was like so like, because when I was watching The Hangover, the first one, I was like, dude, what happens? Like, I remember like some scenes. Like, I remember Mike Tyson pulls up the tiger and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, where is this guy at? Like, I was like, where is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
But he was just on a roof.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching the movie for the first time when I finally got around to it. Like, after all three of them came out and the hype died down. I think I was in like middle school, and I remember being like kind of underwhelmed because it was kind of considered like at one point like the biggest comedy, like popularity wise. And I remember being like, oh, I can kind of see why that was like everyone's favorite movie, but I don't know. I wonder if there's a movie like The Hangover that's better than The Hangover. Maybe that's not possible, but well, it's probably possible, but I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah.
Yeah.
What would you rate The Hangover?
I don't know. I don't know how to rate comedy movies. Is it how funny it is, or I don't know? Because what if it's like really bad but really funny?
Well, why is it? Give me an example of something that's like ironically funny. Then you give it the bad score.
Nah, not ironically funny. What if like the whole like? What if the whole plot and premise is like retarded, but characters are just like funny as shit?
If that's the point, then you give it a good score.
I don't know.
Maybe not a 7, but like, you know, you give it like a 5 or a 6. That's what I would do. I'd be like, yeah. But you ask yourself, like, what would be the best comedy, right? Fire plot, fire comedy, fire themes in a comedy? Whoa. 10 out of 10.
What if like you're in the theater like
yeah.
Like, can you really be like 5 out of 10?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We had this exact same discussion on the episode before when you were talking about crying and stuff.
Yeah, differently.
Yeah.
Because if you pull up to a comedy movie and you're laughing, isn't that job well done on the creators?
Not necessarily. I really enjoyed Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and I was invested and I was reacting to everything. But there were a lot of things that I felt like could have been better. And despite my investment, I still walked out of the theater feeling like that could have been a better movie, and there's something better there. And I feel that when I watch a comedy. And when I say that about a comedy, when I give a comedy like a 5, because I'm like, oh, that made me laugh and stuff, and I was knee slapping the whole time, but I could have been knee slapping to some fire shit, and instead I was knee slapping to some mid shit. So I'm consciously like, you know, thinking about that.
I think that's different. Because if you were like pulling up to a comedy movie, what's the difference if like you're knee slapping to one and knee slapping to the other? You know what I mean? Like,
there's movies, well, it depends on what you value. Like, there are comedy movies that have like great cinematography and are like actually like really well shot films. And there are some that I'm going to recommend. Like The Big Lebowski, that's an 8 out of 10 like movie. The Big Lebowski's fucking incredible. That's a great example of like a comedy that deserves a higher score than The Hangover. You can do funny, goofy, stupid, dumb comedy very well. And that's actually the whole thing with The Big Lebowski. Like the story, it's just like The Hangover in the sense that like stupid story, like great characters. But the story being stupid is kind of the point, you know?
But isn't a stupid character doing a stupid thing?
It's not bad if that's like the point and that's funny, you know? And it plays into like the themes of like the movie.
It depends on what the point is.
It does depend on what the point is. And most comedies do not have a point. Most of the time, it's solely there to make you laugh. And you can do so much more than that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So not everything has to be a 7 or like an 8 because not everything is setting out to be that. So sometimes a 5 or a 6 in the grand scheme of all movies is all a comedy really wants to be. When you watch a Seth Rogen movie, it's not trying that hard. And that's okay.
Can a comedy really be a 10? Can a comedy be a 10 out of 10?
I've never seen a comedy that's a 10 out of 10, but after watching The Big Lebowski, I think it's possible. That movie's really solid.
I think it's impossible.
Yeah, depending on your values. If you don't value comedy as much as other things, then yeah. But I think Oh, actually, no, I take that back. There is a comedy that I have given a 10, and I will recommend it one day.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good example of like things that I value. That comedy has like good filmmaking, really solid themes, and it's consistently funny, knee slapping the whole time. I really stand by my 10 on that one. I think it's the only funny movie that I've given a 10. Yeah. Because it's hard to do comedy. Comedy is harder to make 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give Hangover a 6.
Cool.
I like it better than Nope.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it right here above Nope.
Above Nope. I'm going to put that on. I have a list that's just your list, but it's on my Letterboxd account so people can see it because there's no way for people to see your list. So if anybody wants to look at it, they can. Oh, wow. Nope's at the bottom of the list. It's all the way down there. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I'm excited for you to watch Big Lebowski because it feels like a comedy made by the people who made fucking No Country for Old Men. Like it really is on that level. All right. There you go. Okay. Anything else from you?
No, that's it.
That's it? Okay. Well, the only thing that I watched outside of the other ones is all of the Hellraiser movies. It's a horror movie franchise. If you look up the poster, if you look up Hellraiser, you'll probably recognize the dude on the poster. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you don't know about, so maybe you're going to look at it and be like, no.
The old Hellraiser?
Yeah, the new one and the old one kind of look the same. They have a bunch of pins in their head.
Yeah, before.
You haven't?
I have.
Oh, you have. Okay. Yeah, so I've seen the poster. Didn't know anything about it, but I knew that it was kind of like one of those iconic horror movies from the 80s. And me and Lewis sat down and we watched all of them. There are 11, including the remake or reboot, whatever the fuck you want to call it, or sequel. I don't know. But there's a new one that came out on Hulu, and I was like watching all of them to prep for that. And when me and Lewis watched it, I like the first thing I said to Lewis after watching the first two, which are like the good ones that are like actual movies, and then after that they do the horror movie thing where it's like a bunch of direct to DVD like sequels that are like way too low budget and like way too ass and like thing. So I am hoping that I can make a YouTube video on it before Halloween. I got like a week, and I think I'll be able to do it. But those first two movies, I think are obligatory watches for the podcast. And I think that I have to recommend them one day. And after watching them, I didn't recommend it because I didn't know anything about it, and I didn't think it was going to be very good to begin with. So I was like, I'm not going to recommend this. I'm going to recommend the other thing I'm more confident in. And then after watching it, Lewis was like, you should have recommended this. And I was like, yeah, I know. So one thing I will say is that after watching it, I guess I can say this. I guess it's like mild spoilery, but Kentaro Miura, the guy who wrote Berserk, took a lot of inspiration from like these two movies. And the main dude on the cover, and like his posse of like demons, there's a lot of like demons in the movie from like hell that resemble the designs of the God Hand in Berserk. And when I was watching the first one, I was like, oh, that looks just like the guy in Berserk and da-da-da-da-da. And if you look it up, there's like interviews with Miura saying like, yeah, I'm really inspired by Hellraiser. That like plays into it a lot. But there's actually, beyond just like the aesthetic, there's like stuff in the Hellraiser movie that is like exactly like Berserk, to the point where it's really surreal. I feel like I'm kind of in a way watching Berserk. Like the way I felt watching Hellraiser was the way I felt watching Videodrome, because I was just like, holy shit, like this is Perfect Blue before Perfect Blue. And when I watched Hellraiser, I was like, oh, this is like Berserk before Berserk. And I know that you haven't like read Berserk yourself, but I feel like you know enough about it to where you'll be able to watch it and go and maybe experience the same feelings that I felt when I watched it. Yeah, so it's an obligatory watch, and we will watch it one day. The sequels are fucking ass, but I'll make a YouTube video on it. The remake was good. I like the remake too. Yeah. These are horror movies that I'm pretty sure you'll like.
All right.
Yeah. I don't say that lightly. They're not generic. They're not like niggas running around getting killed by like a dude. So, I think you'll fuck with it. But yeah, that's all that I watched. It's been a long time, Manny. We've been here for like an hour. I think it's about time we get to the dilly and dallion of the episode.
Yeah, you can go and pick first.
All right, I'm gonna pick Batman versus Dracula. That's the one I'm gonna pick. This is my recommendation. I really like this iteration of Batman. I really like the 2004 Batman animated series. And I wanted to watch this movie for a long time. I've wanted to watch it like ever since I was a kid. And I thought that it would be a cool Halloween pick because it's Dracula and blah, 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 blah. And I thought it was pretty cool. I have a numerous amount of issues with it, but overall, I really did fuck with it because it's Batman fighting another Batman. But what did you think?
I thought it was all right.
Mm-hmm. It's not amazing. It's not perfect. It has a lot of issues. But I really just wanted you to see the aesthetic of this version of Batman and to see Batman fight Dracula, because like nothing has ever happened like that before, you know?
Yeah. The whole Bat versus Bat thing is cool.
Yeah.
Whenever a nod to or mentioned it, it was cool. But I really don't have much to say.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just all right.
Yeah.
There's nothing too crazy like, like Master Phantasm or anything like that. But I kind of expected going into it. I knew it was going to be like a god tier Batman movie, but
right.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like TV movies that you watch on like cable and stuff. Yeah. And I really fuck with that like aesthetic of like, this isn't too important, but we're going to try and make it as important as we possibly can for like a TV movie, even though it can't be like theatrical, you know? I've been watching a lot of like Lupin the Third movies like that. And I've kind of conditioned myself to be able to appreciate those smaller scale kind of stories that don't have as much impact, but like make their damnedest to have an impact. And I really appreciate this movie's efforts because it's just a TV movie, but it's like the only time I can recount outside of like Superman or like, comic books or something where Batman like fights a fucking like demon superhero dude that's like super powered. And I really love the way they handled it, where it was Dracula and he was like, I'm the real Batman. Show me your Batman. And I wasn't really expecting it to be as fun and as creative as it was for me. So it definitely delivered on my side of the fence. I was really behind the concept like initially. Did it just like not resonate with you, like the whole gimmick entirely?
You know what? I think for me, Dracula doesn't. When Dracula's brought up in stories that is not about like vampires, he kind of just doesn't hit for me. You know what I mean?
I see. I really love that. That's like my favorite thing when they do that, because it's like, oh shit, vampires about to fuck this story up, or some shit like that.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Batman, and Batman fighting a supernatural thing is cool, but to me, I don't find Dracula interesting unless it's like a vampire thing, like a Castlevania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
I did like his voice actor though.
Yeah. He was sick. That's that makes sense. I completely understand that point of view. I love whenever they use like open domain, like super popular people like Sherlock Holmes or like something, and they put it into thing. They did that with Batman once, where like Batman like teamed up with Sherlock Holmes, and I'm like, this is sick as fuck. I love stuff like that. But yeah, that makes sense. So what did you think of like the aesthetic? Because that's one of the main reasons why I recommended it. Because I love this is like the one right after the animated series, and this is like the closest thing you can say is like to a Batman anime outside of that Gotham Knight movie that we watched. But this is like basically the Batman anime, like kinda. It's very similar, like in that sense. I don't know if you consider it that way, but just like what did you think about the designs and like the overall?
I don't like.
You don't like Joker's design? Okay.
I like Batman in costume. I like the look, but I forgot what Batman it was, but maybe I can find it. But I love this other Batman look they did for a show, I think. But
Batman Beyond?
No. That's a good one too, but
reference you'll find it?
No, I don't think I will.
Okay. Can you describe it? Because I probably know.
I might have it right here. Yeah, this was after the animated series because that came in 2004 and this one came in 2005.
2005, and it was not that one. Was it a movie? Was it a...
Huh?
What was it? A show? Was it a movie?
What?
The one that you're talking about.
The one I'm talking about came out in 2004, the animated series. Or I think it ended in 2004.
Oh, okay. So you're just talking about default Batman, like from the show. What do you? I mean, just show me the design if you're looking at it right now.
Yeah, I like the. I can't. I don't know. I can't find it.
Okay, can you describe it?
I don't know. It was kind of similar. It was kind of similar to the 2004 one though, the anime series.
Okay.
But yeah, this one looked good too. I like Dracula's look.
Yeah, Dracula looks sick as fuck. I loved like his cape and how they would like flow like below him to make him. I love like how there's like one shot where like Batman's like looking down or something and it shows his shadow, and then Dracula's shadow like goes over Batman's shadow and he's like way taller. I'm like, holy shit. It just really worked for me. I was like, damn, that's so cool. Yeah. There's like some creative shots in this one. I love their fight scene. Like when they first like meet each other and like as Batman and as like Dracula, not as like their alter egos. I thought it was cool. Like the fight on the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always interesting seeing Batman go up against like supernatural. But
it just,
that's all I really.
Yeah, it just didn't hit for you. You don't fuck with Joker? That was one of the things I was most excited to show you because I really like this incarnation of Joker. Nah. I don't like how they did him in this movie. I feel like they did him a little dirty with some of the writing choices, but I like his design.
I feel like he shouldn't have been there.
I feel like if you're going, he's such a staple in the animated series. He's kind of like someone where if he wasn't there, people would be like, what the fuck? Why is Joker not in the movie? Like he's really important in the show.
I feel like for me, like Mask of the Phantasm, when he pulled up in that one, I was like, oh shit. But when he pulled up in this,
yeah. I understand.
He looked a little too. I think he looked a little too crazy. I don't know. Batman looked like normal Batman, and he like looked so like
off kilter. Yeah. I feel you. They went. If you look at like any of the other designs, they went like crazy on everyone. Everyone looks like super weird, like Bane and Catwoman. all their designs are like insane. But I kind of love them for that. I love how different this one is and how much it like makes a conscious effort to like just exaggerate and accentuate like the elements of these characters that like weren't there before to like make them something kind of new. And I really like this Joker because he's much more of like a fighter. He like can actually like square up with Batman, but he's still crazy and cool. In the show, like the very first episode, one of the gimmicks of this show is that Batman is kind of starting out. So that's kind of, you're supposed to watch this show from the perspective of like, oh, this is like a new version of Batman that's like just getting on the scene. He's not very experienced. And the first season of the show is him meeting all these bad guys for the first time. Like the very first episode of the show is when he meets Joker for the first time. And it's really sick. It's really fucking cool. I like it a lot. And I like Joker a lot in the movie. I love when he turns into Vampire Joker. I fucking love that. I thought it was so sick. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to fight Vampire Joker. Uber Joker. Just like fucking Arkham Asylum. It was cool as shit. Did you fuck with that fight scene as well?
I don't really remember it.
Oh, okay. When did you watch this one?
Hold on.
Take your time.
I think it was probably like 4 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Maybe Saturday.
That's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Just escaped your mind. Did you notice that there was like the Castlevania house, like the exact same like design was like in the show, the movie? Like I wrote that down in my notes. I'm like, oh my God, it's like the Castlevania house. It's like the same fucking thing. And like a flashback, they showed it. I was like, whoa, it looks sick. You didn't notice it? Nah, it's okay. Well, I'm just gonna go through my notes really quickly because there's a lot of stuff that I enjoyed, but I watched this one right after we finished the last one. So I watched this one like a long time ago. So it's not very fresh in my head. I love the music in this one. It's a lot more edgy early 2000s compared to like the orchestral version in like the original animated series. So I really fuck with that. I love like the main theme song in like the original series of this one, like the 2004 version. And they used it in the movie and I was like, oh, that's cool. And this is also one of those movies that like the Batman animated, the 2004 series makes such an effort to be like edgy, but it can't because it's like a kid's show. But this one wants to be like as like anime as possible and like kind of for adults. So they try to have these stories that like have people like dying and have high stakes, but they can't have like anyone actually die or they can't have like actual guns. So there's always like really funny censorship. Like this movie has that too, where like they have like a weird cartoon gun and not like a real assault rifle. They had that in the original show too. But watching this movie was cool because they were like, okay, how can we have people dying and how can we have like blood and violence, but like not really have it? So Dracula's like a perfect fit because he kind of kills people when he like turns them into like a zombie. And it's probably like the scariest thing that's ever happened in like the Batman universe on like a large scale in terms of like an antagonist when it comes to like at least this universe with these characters in this kind of setting. So that was really cool seeing that. It's like, holy shit, like Batman can't fucking do anything against this. And I thought that was a really good way of edging it up, but like not edging it up. And I fucking like when things do that. I like when something is PG, but it is edgy, like for kids still, you know? That's like one of my favorite things because that's the stuff that's going to like sit with kids the most because that's the shit they're going to watch on TV.
Sure.
Yeah. And this is one of those things that sat with me the most because I was like, holy shit, you know? It's cool. It's really cool. And it's one of those things where like, if you just watch a rated R movie, it's not the same because it's like, it's not taking, when a movie is being like PG, it's taking into account that it's for kids, but it's trying to like fuck the kids up, you know? It's trying to scare them and it's trying to like make them like hyped or like gassed up. Like, have you ever seen Coraline? Like the animated movie? That movie fucked me up. I was like, Jesus. I was like 10 years old, you know? And that movie's like PG. So when you're a kid, you're much more susceptible to like that kind of stuff. And I feel like whenever I got a hint of like edge in any type of media. That's why Avatar, I think that's like a big reason why a lot of kids fuck with Avatar, because Avatar gets fucking cool. Like people do die in that show, you know? Avatar's like a straight anime. So that's one of the main reasons why I fuck with this. And Joker, like literally, like Joker's like, Batman, give me your blood. I think that's so fucking cool. Like it's so sick. Like Batman has to give Joker his blood so Joker can like feed off of Batman. Like that's kind of, you know, there's some thought like behind that, and it's pretty sick to have that kind of happen. That's something that would be like genuinely in a Batman like comic. Like there's no reason why they wouldn't do something like that, like vampire Joker or whatever. I thought it was cool. And I really loved the cinematography and the shot composition when they were fighting. I thought it was very thoughtful, because they couldn't do like anime Sakuga, but they could do like, you know, like the shot can be cool. Like Joker can do like a cool thing hiding behind like the vases or whatever. So I love that about it. There's a lot. I like that Vicky Vale was in the movie. I liked like her whole thing and how her involvement kind of was like commentating on Bruce Wayne's like involvement with being Batman and being like normal Bruce and stuff. So she wasn't in it too much, but when she was in it, like it played like a decent part in like the overall tone of the story. And I really like the pacing of it too. Like it does a good job at like balancing, because there's so much shit happening. There's Joker, there's the Vicky Vale, there's Batman when he's Bruce, and then Batman when he's fighting Dracula. There's all these disparate elements, and they all kind of come together to like say a lot about Batman and Dracula and Joker and Gotham, and it all just like really comes together well. Like I think it's like a really well written, like well paced kind of story. And it's just fun. Like the dialogue with Batman and Dracula, like when they first meet on the rooftop, and Dracula's like, I'm an immortal like vampire. This is what it truly means to be a Batman. You're not Batman. But we know Batman, and we know what makes Batman Batman. So to see like Dracula, the iconic Batman, fight like our Batman is so sick, because I don't know. Like they're both like great in their own way, and they're both like kind of superhuman in their own right, you know? So it's really cool. And I really love the way like Batman beats him, like where he's like, I'm the Batman, takes off his thing, and then like the light like hits him. Yeah, I thought it was sick as fuck. And I really like that Alfred like fucking like hit him on the head like at the end. I was like, damn, that shit's sick. You know, Batman's like, I remember when we talked about like Batman versus like Deadshot, and like how Deadshot is like this overpowered guy that like never misses, but Batman like still kind of overpowered him in that thing. And I was explaining like how I liked that, because Batman's ingenuity and like, you know, his motivations like override Deadshot's like overpoweredness. That's why Batman can beat Deadshot. That's why Batman can beat Dracula. That's why Batman can beat Superman, you know, because his ingenuity and his intellect like surpasses like someone who thinks they're all that because they're fucking big and buff and strong. Like Batman's smart, so he like gets the leg up like most of the time, you know. Right. And it was really cool to see Batman beat Dracula in this movie, because Dracula is not just like a big dumb antagonist. He's fucking Dracula, you know. He's iconic. Like we all know him to be smart and calculating. So for our Batman, who's also smart and calculating, to like kind of overpower him is really cool. And I think the writers were like really conscious of like all those like nuances between these two characters. I felt like the movie understood Joker and Batman and, you know, Vicky Vale and Alfred like really well. And I really just fuck with this adaptation. But there are some things that I don't like. And one of them is like how they do Joker in like some scenes. I don't like that Joker fucking died, kind of. Or like he didn't technically die, but basically like he might as well have died. Like when in the beginning when he like lets go of the ledge and like the electric thing is still on his hand, I was like, yeah, are you fucking serious? Like Joker is a goofball and he's kind of a dumbass, but he's a playful dumbass, like intentionally as part of the joke. But deep down, he is really, really, really smart. He would never accidentally like kill himself. Joker would never go, oopsie, might be, and then like die right there. So that was really frustrating that they like made him do that. It was cool that they like killed Joker off in a movie, in like a Batman TV movie. I think the idea of doing that's cool. but I just don't like the way they execute it, where it's like Joker just jumps off, because the way he says it too, he's like, all right, Batsy, bye, like he like fucks around with him, like grab my hand, da-da-da-da. It's like, I thought he was gonna jump off and land on like a boat with like some of his goons or something, and then he just fell in the water. I was like, dumbass. And then he came back, and I was like, all right, he's back. And then Dracula just like fucking grabs him immediately and like ate him. And I'm like, he's gonna die twice, kinda, basically. And I know it's Dracula, but Joker is still goated enough to like, I don't know, have Joker do some shit against Dracula, you know?
Yeah,
Don't have Dracula bitch him so easily. And I also really don't like, I love the fight scene with Joker, and I love when, oh dude, one of the shots, I can't believe I didn't mention this, but like the part where all the blood like fell on Joker, I was like, dude, imagine like being like 10 years old and seeing like that shit in a show that's like technically not supposed to have blood, or like not allowed to. Like that's such a creative way of doing it. And I love how black it was, and it looks so cool, and Joker like sucking up all the blood. But as much as I love that fight scene overall, I was really upset because when that happened, I was like, oh, he's going to turn into Uber Joker, and he's going to now fuck up Batman, because he's fucking up Batman. He's like beating the shit out of him as he's like vampire Joker. He's like, Batman, you suck dick. Now I'm the Joker that actually can beat you. And then he gets distracted, and Batman just walks up to him, puts the garlic like in his fingers, walks up to him, boom. I'm like, that's it? I know he was distracted with like the blood, but I thought that he was just going to get more powerful and like fight Batman or something. So I was really disappointed on how they ended that fight scene. There's just a handful of things like that, and I feel like they did Joker dirty in one of these movies, which I feel like they don't do in the show. I feel like they respect him so much in the show, and I love the way this movie starts. Like the intro of this movie is so unique, where it's like Penguin and the prisoner like talking about escaping, and they're like hyping up the Joker. Like I love the way they started that. Like I feel like most Batman movies, we just start with Batman like doing his thing, you know. I thought that was really creative and really cool. But some of the other things I don't like, I feel like there were some times where the movie was doing a successful job at being like spooky and creepy, like when Dracula first pops up and his design is like so ethereal and like zombie-esque, and then Penguin's like, whoa, you look like you need a burger. Like, I'm like, shut the fuck up, Penguin. Like the jokes sometimes were not appropriate, and they took away from like the high stakes scenario of a fucking monster. Like this is the first time that's ever happened. Like it's like in Scooby-Doo, like when like they find out that the zombies are real on like whatever mission they're on or some shit. That's basically what this is, right? And like they're treating it like so nonchalantly, kind of like the TV show, but they should treat it like Mask of the Phantasm. They should treat it like it's a super big deal. Like, dude, it's fucking Dracula. We're fucked. They do that most of the time, but not all the time. And there's also some things that I derive ironic enjoyment from. They're bad and they do affect my rating, but I do think they're kind of funny. There's some like animation decisions that are like insane in this one. There's like one part where it shows you Dracula's vision and it's like black and white, but they just kind of up to the brightness on everything, like a Minecraft like gamma boost the thing. And I thought that was so funny, and they did that. There's also one part where like they were trying to do like the whole Batman detective thing, and like, you know, he the guy's name is like, oh, I'm Alucard, and Batman's like, wait a minute, and he writes Alucard on the thing, and he's like, Alfred, look, it's Dracula. I burst out laughing when he did that. I was like, holy shit, that's so stupid. It's dumb, it's stupid as fuck, but it's fucking hilarious. And
yeah, I remember like when that scene came up. Like,
say again.
It was like he like grabbed the lipstick and like.
Yeah. Knowing you, I imagine like you smiled like when you saw it, like
I was like, because like that whole Alucard thing, I learned that from
Castlevania.
No, I learned that from Helsing.
Oh, okay. Is that the main character's name in Helsing?
Yeah, it's Alucard.
Mm-hmm.
When I first saw it, I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And now, and then just the way like Batman just went about it.
Yeah, but it's funny because in Dracula like fiction, Yeah, I know. You like shoved it in the thing. In Dracula fiction, though, like that is a very like popular thing. Like that's always been there. You know that Castlevania, Helsing, they didn't like start that. So it's very funny that Batman is just like, whoa, holy shit! Like, yeah, it's really cool.
You know what? I'm gonna give that scene a pass.
You're gonna give it a pass?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Because imagine you just never knew. Imagine you didn't know that.
Yeah. Imagine you didn't know. But he's Batman. He's like the world's greatest detective. He's supposed to be like, he's supposed to have all this like miscellaneous information like in his pocket and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe
he wasn't prepared for a fucking vampire to like roll up in his city. Yeah.
I'm gonna give that one a pass.
Okay. I think it's pretty funny, regardless.
Yeah. Hilarious, actually.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I was like, no.
Alucard. Yeah. So there was that.
Like, Dracula pulled up to like his party and like Batman, just take a good look at this guy. He's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Has a big jacket on, like not even the jacket, the cloak.
I kind of give that a pass because it's like, you know, it's a fancy outing. They're at like a thing, so that's supposed to be like the gimmick.
Nah, the thing is, for me, it was like he knew, like he was like before he's like talking to Alfred, he's like, there were bats. I was fighting bats, and then like see this guy this random. How did he even like come to your party? Aren't you Bruce Wayne? Isn't this like an invite only? And then this guy's just like there.
Yeah,
man. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And he like flies away.
Yeah, there's some fucking goofy ass parts, but it's like it's got goofy shit, but it's got some fun like smart stuff too. Like I love when he rose up and like his voice actor's so good that like I kind of believe it when he's like, Batman's like, oh, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Spain. I was traveling for business ventures, Mr. Wayne. And what's your name? Dr. Alucard. Like I fuck with it. It's like I believe the scene kind of, you know, it's goofy and silly. I don't know if he didn't say that, but he said some like, you know,
Eastern Europe.
Oh, okay, yeah. He said some non-American thing.
Spain.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good blend of like really like genuinely working for me and being kind of silly because it's like a TV movie for kids. And I really like that throughout. I really like how they did Joker. I really fell in love with the stakes of like the whole thing. And that's kind of why I recommended it. This is like, I really love quaint TV specials. I'm not going to watch like all those fucking direct to like Blu-ray, like Justice League versus fucking, you know, Atlantis. Like, you know, the only thing I fuck with is like Flashpoint Paradox, but I don't like watch any of those other ones. But I'll watch like any of like the Batman focused ones that have like a unique animation style and like a unique gimmick, you know? Like the reason why they make so many of these movies, because I've been watching the Lupin movies and I also watch like a handful of Scooby-Doo movies and these Hellraiser movies. Like there's all these movies that are like kind of ass, like not kind of, like mostly like ass. But why do they keep making them? Because people love Batman. People love Scooby-Doo. People love Lupin. People love Halloween and Hellraiser and stuff. So they keep making the sequels. And I think I understand like with all these things, like what value people derive for them in order for them to keep like making stuff like this, you know? And I just love Batman to death. So like, even though this movie's not perfect, like I see where the effort is. I see where, you know, the love comes from, and it's sincere enough and genuine enough to make me fuck with it. I love this movie. It's good. It's not amazing, but it's good enough to be a movie that I would gladly rewatch one day on a nice October night. So I'm going to give Batman vs. Dracula a 5 out of 10. Not great, not even close to like Mask of the Phantasm or a lot of the other ones, but it holds a special place in my heart because I have a little bit of nostalgia for it. and it's cute and quaint and plays to my sensibilities for movies like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a rating?
Go like 4.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Do you have like a Batman tier list? I have like a Batman tier list. Like, I'm working it out like slowly. There's like, I'm not gonna watch every Batman movie, but I'm gonna watch all the ones that I want to watch. And the next ones, if I ever recommend on this podcast, will probably be the Batman Beyond ones, like Return of the Joker, and the ones where it's like he's in the all black suit. That shit is so gangster. I love it so much.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen enough of the animated ones to really have a tier list.
Yeah.
The one I want to see is The Long Halloween.
Yeah, I don't like the animation style, but I want to read the comic book because people say the story is amazing.
Yeah, I've seen people say like the story is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the artwork in the comic book is phenomenal, and I'm capable of like reading a comic and enjoying it. But if you want to recommend that movie, I'll still watch it. I don't give a shit. It's like in 2 parts too, so
yeah,
it looks sick. Yeah, I watched the. Have you read The Killing Joke or watched the movie on The Killing Joke? Yes,
yeah,
yes to watching it or yes to reading it?
or what?
Oh, okay. Did you like the movie?
Yeah, like the best one.
It's like you like it more than the Mask of the Phantasm?
No, I said it's like one of the best ones.
Yeah. I don't like that it has like a simple animation style though. That's like my thing. I wish it like looked harder. But
yeah. I really like that Joker though.
Mm-hmm. That's like Luke Skywalker, the king, the GOAT. They got Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill specifically for that movie, which is pretty cool. They usually don't do that for the Batman movies. They usually get the other guys, but yeah. That's cool. That's honestly like I don't like the Killing Joke movie because they added like a bunch of extra shit that kind of made me dislike it. I can't give like a critical review on it now, but you know, Batman like fucking Batgirl was like not in the comic and I was like, huh? Why is he doing that? Yeah. But I don't know if you're a comic guy, but I'd recommend Batman shit. I recommend The Dark Knight Returns. Have you seen those movies? I think you'd fuck with those movies. Those movies, like, the story's good enough and the animation's good enough to like justify that. The comic's obviously better, but the movie's good.
I think I have.
Yeah, that's the one where he fights Superman, and it's like fully animated, like Batman.
I read the
like, you read the comic? Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's good.
Under the Red Hood was good.
Yeah, I watched that one recently, and it didn't impact me nearly as much the second time. I don't know why. I remembered it so much more fondly than like I did on rewatch. Maybe I was just not in like the best mood. But yeah, the only direct to TV like Batman animated movie that I like is Mask of the Phantasm and this one and Batman Ninja. Those are like the 3 that like I will stand by when it comes to the animated ones. I've watched Killing Joke and a handful of others, and a lot of them just didn't hit. But I love Batman, and I'll gladly watch more in the future whenever we're ready. So yeah, all right. So that's Batman vs. Dracula. Next up, I think we should talk about Tetsuo the Iron Man. This one was my recommendation. 67 minutes long. Very short, very wacky and insane. And I didn't really know anything about it except that it was about a dude who's an Iron Man. And it probably was going to be like wacky. And I know it's like horror-ish, quote unquote, which is why I recommended it. And what did you think? Because it seems like you're very indifferent towards it.
That's just not my thing.
Yeah, I had a feeling. This is very much in the same vein as like Videodrome, where it's got like body horror and like just shit that's supposed to like gross you out kind of and like make you uncomfortable or like be kind of cool in the sense of like, oh fuck, that looks crazy. And when you said Videodrome wasn't your thing, I was watching this and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if Manny's gonna fuck with this. But I thought that you were gonna like this a lot more because it got so like over the top and like insane compared to Videodrome, you know? that like I thought you'd fuck with it, because they literally just start fucking fighting each other near the end. I'm like, holy shit, it's like an anime. Like these two dudes are like throwing hands. Yeah, nothing. Say again.
I have nothing to say.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I don't want to hold it too long.
I really like, because I don't say video games like my thing, but like after the convo we had, like I had changed my opinions on it, and like I would say like, you know, it's like not one of my favorite movies. Like I really respect it, but like not because of the body horror elements, because I don't really understand that. But
the appeal of it.
The appeal, but everything else in Videodrome, like you put into perspective for me when we had that convo.
Yeah,
just like a straight body horror movie. I don't know. Not my thing.
Yeah, this is definitely that, and that is very much my thing. I didn't think it was my thing as much like until I sat down and watched this. This movie is about someone who is like, I read the description before I watched it, which did put like the entire movie into like this specific perspective. It was like a metal fetishist, something. Like I just kind of read those first three words, and I was like, okay. And the movie starts out with like a dude putting like a fucking thing of like iron or whatever like into his foot, and immediately like I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna be really uncomfortable. The entire time I was like going like I was like cringing and like wincing. Like I don't know, you're probably not one of those people like at all. Well, you've watched like real stuff like that, so you probably have done it like to stuff like that, and like that is like real when you watch like those type of videos. But I am not someone who like gets icky at like gore and stuff most of the time in movies, because I usually like don't believe it, and I'm like not, I don't know, my brain's not like there's always a part of me that's like, okay, well it's not real, so it doesn't matter. But right here, like I don't know why, but it was just one of those, it was like right time, right place. I was just in like the right mood to get fucked up, and I like believed that the dude was like putting the iron in his thing, because it's not just in the visuals of like, oh, I can see him putting it in his leg and like the makeup's really good. It's also in the sound effects and like the music. Like the music is like it's like metal shit. It sounds like someone's like in an industrial like plant like pushing like metal shit, and like just a bunch of like things like, you know, slapping onto each other like metal plates or whatever. So that being like part of the music and the sound effects. What did I say? I said music and music. I think I said music and sound effects. It was like the music has that, and the sound effects of like the metal stuff. Like there's like one part where he like takes like a nail, or like not a nail, but like an entire rod, and he like does this like with his teeth, and you can hear it like fucking scratching against his teeth, and it's like, oh my god. So all these like very specific things, all these very specific sounds that can like only be made with the metal stuff, and can only be really like verbalized with that kind of like texture of like iron and stuff, really fucked with me, in the sense that like I started to feel the metal itself. Like I don't know if your brain like works like this, but my brain, like I started to smell like iron. Have you ever like done that before, where like it's nowhere near you, but like a smell that's not there, you're like conditioning yourself to like feel like it is there? Maybe not, but
no.
Okay. So that's what was happening to me. And like, that was really fucking me up. I was like, I don't like this. And like, even now talking about it, I can like taste like iron like in my mouth. And it makes me really uncomfortable, because like the movie is showing these characters like screaming like in pain like the whole time. Like, you know, the dude puts the iron in his leg and he's like running in the street like and it's like making me really uncomfortable, because it's just like, oh my god, like there's no reason why like that can't happen to me. And what I mean when I say that is like, how do I put this? Like my brain, like I'm under the understanding that my brain is like just as capable of like being susceptible to reacting positively. I'm trying to say this in like a graceful way. Reacting positively to like, you know, stuff like that. Maybe not metal specifically, but I don't know. Like sometimes like clothes and like the way fabric like feels like against like a girl's body or something is like enough to like get me aroused, right? So like there's no reason why like a thing of metal and like the way it reacts and like, you know, hits your body can't kind of have a similar reaction. So that's just like the way I think. Like I know like you can kind of derive sexual gratification from like really weird things that like don't even involve like a female and stuff. So I get that. So the idea of like this part of you that like needs the thing that is harming you and like fucking you up is really scary because it's like really uncomfortable and unnerving, but like you kind of need it. So it's like this frustrating push and pull that you can't stop. And it's like really fucking scary to me to like think about that and to feel like I'm like trapped like in that, because it's like a feeling you can't control. You can't control like arousal. It's just there. It just happens. And that's kind of like how everybody turns into their Iron Man in this movie. And that's why I love it so much. Like I was so sold. That's why the movie's in black and white too. It was probably in black and white for like, you know, money purposes as well. But aesthetically, like it fits, you know, it being in black and white sells you on like the whole iron thing, like way more. Like the dude, I love when they cut to like the dude inside like the iron that's like already consumed by it. And he's like painted all black and like the sound effects like just like show like of the chords like moving together. It like really sold me. Like I was sold wholeheartedly on like everything this movie was doing, even when it got like super goofy, like near the end. Like none of it to me like felt like ironic, or like even when they were like fighting and stuff, I was just like, holy shit, like the guy's like full of iron and he's like consumed by like his fetish and he can't stop it. And that's just kind of how the movie felt to me. Like while I was watching it, I was like, that's scary and I don't want that to happen to me. And this movie is like hyper fixating on like the worst possible outcome, even if it's like fictional, of like something that like this that can happen. And that's the main reason why I fell in love with this. And it's kind of like nothing we've ever seen before. So it's hard for me to like talk about this because I can't make comparisons. But that's like the main reason why I liked it. And I don't know what else to say. Like I didn't really take a lot of notes. But it fucked me up, and it was hard to watch this movie. Like I wasn't sitting there like laughing and smiling. Like this was a horror movie. It was horrifying. I was like not happy. Like after I finished the movie, I was very upset and I was very uncomfortable. Like that feeling like lingers with you. Like you feel it like afterwards, like after you watch it. And when it finished, I just kind of sat there for like an hour, like still feeling the iron in my mouth, still feeling it in my nose, and still like feeling it in my bones and my body and like everything. And I was just really uncomfortable that I couldn't get rid of this like awful feeling. And I guess this is like, there's a lot of girls that tell me like I can't watch movies that are gory, and I'm like, how the fuck can't you do that? Like everybody does it. And I guess this is kind of what they mean, because this movie was just so gory and so unnerving in a way that like really hit at my core, to the point where like I didn't cry, but I was like, my eyes were watering up and I was like getting very upset. And I got like a migraine like afterwards. Like I had like my head like was physically hurting, and I was like, holy shit, no movie has ever done this to me before. Like this fucking sucks. Like I want to die. I don't know if I can ever watch this movie again. It like fucks me up that bad. I was very upset. I think it's very fair to say that this movie like traumatized me, because even sitting here right now talking about it, remembering that feeling is very painful for me. It's not a feeling like I want to recall. So that was my experience with it. And I don't really know if other people feel that way. Like I didn't really look at reviews. Like I have like friends that I follow on like my Letterboxd like account, and no one really said the same things that I was saying. Like I don't hear anyone saying like, oh my God, it made me so unnerving. But It did for me. And like the entire movie is like incredibly conscious of this, because like when he's having sex with the girl and he uses like his like metal like thing to like fucking destroy her, like that fucking like scared the fuck out of me. Like I was like, no, no, like no, 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 no. Cause uh it's like that's like real, you know? It's like your desires like will hurt you and the people around you, not even in like a figurative way, like literally in like a literal way like that. Like it can get to that point. That's why people are like into like snuff shit, you know? Like that's like how that is. And it's like, what do you do? Like if that turns you on, like do you just not do it? But it like hurts you? It's scary as fuck. That happened in like The Boys, right? There was like a character that like could rip his arms off. There were people that would like jerk off to it. Do you remember that? Do you remember that scene? You don't remember that? There was a character that could rip his arms off. Huh?
Was that in Herogasm?
No, it wasn't in Herogasm. It was like in season 2. And there was this dude that was like, all right, 500 and I'll rip my arm off and then it will grow back. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I remember.
It's like, I never really understood that until, well, I've always understood it, but I guess I never really understood it until I watched this movie. Yeah, I didn't take much notes because I was like so fucked up. Like afterwards, I was really upset. Yeah, this movie made me upset, but intentionally so. I was very uncomfortable, and like especially near the end of the movie, like I wonder if that's even the intention near the end of it, because it does get really goofy and it does get like fucking insane, and like the tone kind of shifts. And after a while, like it was still fucking me up to the point where like I didn't even, if the movie was trying to be goofy and silly, like I wasn't even like laughing or getting behind that. I was just like, this is still like making me feel so uncomfortable. Yeah, this is like the first type of movie that's like ever really made me feel super fucked up. And it's like it's really cool to me just for that alone. It's kind of like the only thing I have to really say, even though the movie does have like a plot and it does have like fighting. And does have like kind of an avant-garde kind of ending, like the dude like fuses with the other guy and they both like, you know, destroy the world. Akira. Like literally. Were you thinking of Akira when you were watching this?
No,
Not at all. Oh, I was thinking that the whole time. This came out a year after Akira, actually, which is crazy. I was watching this movie and I was like, 1989. That's way after black and white, you know? I thought this movie was super old because it was in black and white, but it was black and white deliberately by choice in an era full of color, like right after Akira. So that's very interesting that they chose that. But yeah, I really like this movie. I'm happy that you watched it, and I'm happy that you let me talk about it. I don't really know if I want to spend too much more time on it because I'm starting to feel my head hurt right now. So I'm going to give Tetsuo the Iron Man a 10 out of 10. What are you going to give it?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Gotcha. This is the worst thing that we've watched? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So now talk about your movie, the one that you wanted to talk about.
Whiplash.
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 You didn't like Whiplash?
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Okay. I was about to be like, damn.
Whiplash was dope. Yeah, this movie was it. Were you thinking about Black Swan when you watched it?
Not at all. What made you think about Black Swan?
Really?
Oh, because it's like someone getting trained and yeah, not at all. No. I get it now. I see why, but no.
I was thinking about Black Swan. It kind of like felt like Black Swan too. But
it did feel like Black Swan. It has like the same like lighting and like performance like parts and stuff.
But I think I like this one more. This movie was sick.
Yeah. This one means something different to me than Black Swan. Black Swan is about like capturing this like very specific performance of like good and bad. But this one is just about like trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, and like whether you want to fucking work your ass off to like be the best, or you know, live a normal life.
Yeah, where do I start?
Where do you start, man? It's awesome. I've seen this
Well,
movie once before. I loved it before.
most when people talk about this movie, I think people bring up um the training methods used by Fletcher. Is it right, or is it like successful? And I think that's such an interesting question, because who you go either way, because you can make an argument for both. Like, yeah, I guess he was successful because he became like nasty because of Fletcher. Same time, like, lost himself. And what do you think? Like,
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Are Fletcher's strategies? What was the question? Say like.
Here's like teaching or techniques. Like,
yeah, was it right or wrong?
Yeah.
It was right.
You think so?
Yes, he wanted to be the best. He was the best, and the only way for him to be the best is if Fletcher did that. Imagine my number one comparison when I think about this movie. There's a lot of people that I value, like a lot of like artists that I value that like I feel like had this happen to them, like this kind of like training or this kind of push. And the one person I think of is like Michael Jackson. Like, we imagine if Michael Jackson didn't exist, like that would suck. Like, I want his music to exist, you know? Like, he's like literally one of the best like artists of all time. And you're going to deprive people of that because you don't want to be mean, you know? And if the person themselves like doesn't want it, in our age, like Michael Jackson kind of didn't have a choice because like, you know, he was super young. But you know, this guy, you're like in your early 20s, you can do whatever you want. If you want to go live with your little girlfriend, if you want to go live that life, you can. And most people do. But guess what? You know, there's no Michael Jacksons like popping up left and right. And, you know, you haven't seen one of those in a while because people aren't trying as hard, you know, because no one's pushing them. And he says in the movie, he's like, do I really want to deprive the world of the next Charles Barkley? And at the end of the movie, it's basically saying like, oh, okay, so you're really here for this. And I fully grasp like the main character's like feeling in that like final scene, because he's like, oh, I am gonna be the best. Fuck my girlfriend. Fuck that girl. Like this she doesn't matter at all. Like, I'm fucking doing it. Like, I'm getting the shit. Cause like, that's how I feel when I'm like doing YouTube videos and like, I'm opting to not go to the party that my friend invited me cause I'm working on a video or something. Like when I'm like in it and I feel it and I like know like everything's coming together, I'm like, yeah, this is worth it. Like, I don't need like anybody else. Like, even if my life sucks by the end of it, like, this is what I want to do. This is like what I derive the most gratification from. And this is what other people are deriving gratification from. And the kid like knows that. Like at the dinner table, there's like a part where the guy's like, oh, well, guess what? Charles Barkley like fucking had coke and he died at 34. And the guy's like, well, I'd rather die at 34 than die 90 and rich and have nobody know who I am. And, you know, it's like, well, your friends will know who you are. And then he said something like, and it's like, oh yeah, well, Charles Barkley may have not had any friends, but everyone talks about him at the dinner table, like some shit like that, you know, like, and that's kind of what I think. Like, do I want to like have like a midlife where I'm like unsatisfied, or do I want to be like that? And I kind of don't want a midlife, but I kind of don't want to work my ass off and like not have fun. So it's up to the individual, you know, because there's no way to be the best. Like, there's literally no way. You can't be nice, you know? he says that in the movie. He's like fucking the worst two words in the English language are good job. And I do kind of agree, because if you think that you're doing good, you're never going to fucking do better. You're never going to try. You're never going to try to be better than what you are. There's so many people that are like complacent with like who they are and like what they do. And as a result, like they're not doing anything great. They're doing just mid shit. They're living like a midlife. And some people are fine with that. But a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are like conscious of that, and they're like, fuck, like I should be doing way more, you know? Did you freeze? You might have froze.
No, I'm good.
Okay. But yeah, so short answer, he needed to do that because otherwise like it wouldn't have worked. The kid like wouldn't have become the guy that he needed to become. And there's a lot of people that have the opposite interpretation. Like a lot of people have watched the ending and are like, whoa, sad ending. And I feel differently. I watch the ending and I'm like, hopefully that's my ending. Like hopefully that's like what happens to me. What did you think?
I think the thing is with his techniques, because there's being mean, but then there's being Fletcher, right? And even when the movie talks about his past student like committing suicide, that's like that's the thing, right? Because with things like this, it's either it goes really well or it goes really bad. Mm-hmm. There's no in between. And because of this movie, I read a lot of articles, and I already know a bunch of these, but I read them to refresh me. But there's been like a college coach that was like similar to like Fletcher and like the way he did things. And there's this college basketball team that the whole basketball team left, and it was like, and they were interviewed after. It was like, that guy made me like not love basketball anymore. And this happened to me as well. Like probably like a couple months before my freshman year, I had a soccer coach that like wasn't as intense as Fletcher, but he made me like not play soccer anymore. And I haven't played soccer since then.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, like I said, it's either like it goes like really well, like it does in this movie, or like really fuck up people.
Yeah. I
like at that scene where the dude's like, yeah, like, you know, like this dude started having like mental problems because of Fletcher, and he ended up like killing himself. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, I mean, like how many other people like has Fletcher really done that to? Like the fact that earlier too, probably like really fucked up now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, is like, I mean, if you can like, it's like he's like sacrificing people to like find like the needle in the haystack.
Yeah, really, it's really fucked up. But I agree, because I've had people in my life like that too, where like I like something and then they were like an asshole about it. I'm like, all right, fuck this. But the reason they were an asshole because they were trying to like make me the best, and I wasn't ever trying to be the best at baseball or like any of the sports that I played. So whenever people were like, do better, I was like, shut the fuck up. I'm only here to have fun, and you're not making this fun. Fuck you. So then I left. And that's kind of the idea with like Fletcher and stuff. He wants the best of the best, and niggas just there for like, not to say that they aren't like trying, but they're really not trying hard enough to like what he needs. So he's like, you know, I'm not going to waste time. And I do get what you're saying. But it's, you know, it's a little bit of both. Here's like, I think you said like there's no middle ground. Like Michael Jackson was like a very flawed person that hurt people because he was a hurt person himself because of what they did to him. But he's Michael Jackson, and he did the things that he like made the things that he made, and like nothing he did, no matter who he was, no matter how broken he was, no matter how awful he was, will discount the fact that he's fucking legendary, quite literally God tier Michael Jackson. And that's Fletcher's perspective. He's like, I'd rather hurt and kill all these people to get the next Michael Jackson. And it depends on your point of view, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is, it's the way that he would like sacrifice the other drummers for the
Mhm.
main guy. I
Mhm.
mean, that's not even like, that's literally like a sacrifice. And I don't know. To me, he's a villain
Yeah.
because it's only like it's only cool and great when once you're in that spot. But if you're the guy getting fucked over, you're like damn.
But that's my idea is that like he's like, if you really want it, you can just come back and like prove it to me. Like I'm making fun of you now, and I'm not like gonna articulate this to you. But remember when he's in the diner and he's like, the guy's like, aren't you worried that you're gonna discourage the next Charles Barkley? And he's like, no, because the next Charles Barkley won't get discouraged. So he does that to them to be like, to discourage them and like be like, if you're gonna be a little bitch and walk out of here, then you weren't the one. Michael Jackson would not walk out of here like a bitch, you know.
Well, didn't the main character walk out?
But he came back.
But yeah, but like the thing about like in a real situation, like what's the chances, of him like meeting him at a bar or something?
But he did come back, even if it was by chance, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's I think he's
he's a bad guy that is doing bad things. I agree, but I love seeing the ending when they're fucking going at it. You know,
I feel like this. Of course, this is like exaggerated, right? This movie, but in real life, I think this does more harm.
Because there's the 99% of people are not Charles Barkley, and there's going to be like one. So you're going to do good for one guy. Well, kind of good because you make him the best, but he's still going to be fucked up because he's like wasting his life and not getting like, you're not living like a normal life. So it is doing like more harm. But then you got to ask yourself, do you want another Michael Jackson? I do. So I don't know. It depends.
Right. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he's not even like training people. It's like I don't know. Maybe all the training's like off camera, but like it's kind of like he's like trying to like weed out like the black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the people born to drum. He's not really like teaching no one how to drum. He's just like weeding out like people not born for it.
And if you understand
like,
that he's doing that, go ahead.
In real life, not like how it is. You know what I mean?
In real life, that's not how it is. Like that's not what people do.
I don't think people are born to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one's born to do anything. You do whatever you want to do. So if you get discouraged and he kicks you out, it's like, all right, you can leave. Like, I know that you're not meant to be here, and I'm telling you to go. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. Get out.
But I'm saying like, but at the same time, I'm saying like the way he's doing it is like, it's like unrealistic, which is fine in this movie, because like he's not training him to be a better drummer. You know what I mean?
I understand what he is. Like, I disagree. He is. He's training him like mentally, like in a disciplinary.
It's more boot camp thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they do at boot camp. You think they do that at boot camp just to be an asshole? They do it to train you like mentally, to follow orders, to understand like why you're there, right?
Say again? They're not trying to find like blessed people at the Navy though. You know what I mean?
Blessed people?
Yeah.
What do you mean blessed? Like people that are good at doing what they do?
Weed out Michael Jackson in a boot camp, like a Navy boot camp.
People don't get kicked out in Navy for being bitches?
No, they do.
Okay, so yeah, that's what they do, right?
No, but it's like it's a larger scale though.
Okay.
And he's doing it like at a smaller scale. Like he has 4 drummers, and he's gonna like mind fuck, cause people like to unalive themselves for one guy. But in boot camp, in real life, it's different.
Right. But my thing is like, as an individual, like being the one getting fucked up, what makes you not capable of understanding like what Fletcher's doing like in that moment
and just accepting that you're not the one and that you should just leave. Some people don't get it because some people don't want to be the one, you know? And maybe they kill themselves, but maybe they should be hip to the fact that they should be the one.
Let's really think about it. They paid to go to the best school, maybe for some training. They paid to go to that school,
right?
So maybe to like get trained and not get like mind fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm paid like to go to the best school in the world, like they said, I'm there to like get to learn, not you be used as a sacrificial lamb. You know what I mean?
I've seen.
And you say, wait, you're not him. Just quit. Like, bro, I paid like $20,000 to get here. Yeah.
I understand. Well, that's why it's $20,000, or like that's why it's a lot of money. You know, I always think about like if I wanted to be like an animator, and I always think about like me sitting in the room, because this actually happened in high school. This isn't the same thing, but this actually happened a lot of times in school where I had teachers being like, "This class is going to be fucking hard. Leave right now if you're not like down for this." Like I took like a computer programming class, and it was basically like, by the end of this class, you can like literally get a job to be like a computer like programmer, like Geek Squad, Best Buy person. But it's going to be hard, and the tests are going to be rigid, and you have to like really fucking care. You can't lackadaisically like waft through this class. You have to like really be disciplined and really put your all into it and really give a fuck. And I obviously didn't give a fuck. So I stayed in there because I thought that I could manage. I didn't really understand what he meant by that. And I thought that I could manage, and then I fucking failed the class. So I don't know. Maybe like, how do you tell someone
you're not him
until they just find out on their own?
Mm-hmm.
And if it takes up until college to where you waste that money, because that's what happens to most people. Not even just like when it comes to like, oh, I'm gonna go to the most expensive school. Like, you know how many people go, like, college in general is conceptually that you go to college and you're like, oh, I'm gonna major in this, and then they're working hard, they're doing the thing, and you're like, oh, no, right? It's obviously not as strict, and they're not as abusive, but in like a weird extra steppy corporate kind of way, it kind of is, right? Like, you got homework, you got grades, you got pressure, you got to turn in the shit, and then you cake under the pressure, and then you bail. And I feel like Fletcher is a higher stakes version of that, because what he's aiming for is higher stakes than a PhD or like being a nurse or something, you know? So it is harmful at the end of the day, but no one really gets it. And if he were to try to explain it to like the head of the school, like, this is a harmful program and only let the elite in, they probably just like wouldn't let him work there. So he's finessing, definitely. And he's hurting people by doing that. And he cries like when the dude kills himself. So he's conscious, like, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you can finish that one.
No, I mean, I was going to say he cries and he's conscious of like the harm that he's doing, like, somewhat. I don't think that was like an act. I think he was upset that he killed the guy.
Masked it.
Say that one more time.
Masked, like he masked it. Like
he hid, masked it? Right, he lied about it to like the kids. Yeah. But I think those tears were genuine despite his like verbal lie.
Yeah. But why didn't he tell the truth?
Because he didn't want all of them to walk out. You know, he's still trying to find Charles Barkley.
Isn't that the way to find the one? Isn't that a way to find the one?
The main character initially gets discouraged, and it's only until he realizes like Fletcher's teachings are to test his discouragement and see if he's like capable of like overcoming it. So to discourage everybody like super hard to the point where it's like, you're going to kill yourself. Like, they don't have that Charles Barkley, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan like type beat initially. He's trying to mold that into them, you know? That's why he didn't say it. And he cried like by himself in the room, like when he saw it initially. So that's why I think it's genuine, like at least somewhat. But he still cares about the next Charles Barkley, so that's why he lied. He is a bad guy, but I like Michael Jackson. So
even if he makes the next Michael Jackson, if they end up killing themselves anyway, then is it really successful?
That's up to the individual. Personally, yes. His music is still there. We still talk about him. We're talking about him right now. Right?
Well, I see what you mean. But coming from my point, from loving soccer to having someone take the love away from me, I can't get behind him.
Yeah. I understand.
It's all about it. But
someone did that to me too. Like I basically like hate reading because like my English teacher was like so fucking annoying about it, or like writing in any facet, even though it's kind of cool to write. Like my English teacher like fucking made me hate it because it was just like, I don't know, he was like so annoying about it. And the computer guy. So I do feel you in that sense. But you know, they were trying to mold me into something I didn't want to be.
I think that's a little different though.
It is a little different because I was forced to go to those things. I couldn't leave.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that's like the major theme, right? But I think Fletcher, I think the actor was like God tier.
Yeah.
He deserves the Oscar.
He did. He got the Oscar.
Yeah, no. He deserved it. God tier performance. Looked like a menace.
Yeah. The veins.
And there was just a lot of good scenes.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie. Like the whole not my tone, rhythm, or
not my tempo. Not my tempo. Try again. You limp dick faggot lips pussy bitch. It's so, I love his insults. It's so funny. Yeah.
There's so many good scenes like that. And the ending was insane.
The ending is, in my opinion, for me personally, this is not objective. Personally, this is like one of my favorite endings like ever. It's like, because it's everything that you're saying is like very valid. It's something like every average person would feel. And if you like really like fuck with like the music and like everything that the movie's been building up to, it's like, oh my God, he's doing it. Like, this is what he meant. Like, oh fuck, he's doing it. Like, you know, and it's like, it's like that. It's like your world's like shattering before you of like, no, my values, everything I believe, but he's doing it. And it's crazy. You know, it's yeah, I love it. And I think it's edited like so well. Like as the music's going, like it shows like the camera and it like splits like every beat. It's so cool. There's like one part where like it's showing him like playing the drums and then it cuts to Fletcher and he's like and he's like doing like the orchestra for the thing. It's so fire. It's so good. Yeah,
I rewatched it after. Yeah, that shit's fire.
Dude, I rewatched it too. Like how do you not immediately like go, oh, I gotta see that shit again? Like
yeah, like seeing Fletcher get like beat, not beat, but like one up to kind of seeing him like
submit, basically.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But I saw a comment that I didn't catch the first time, but the dude was like, when he left the stage, hugged his pops and came back, that was like him saying goodbye to his dad as like the innocent guy, and then like he became a new guy, went on stage, became blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's why his dad was looking at him like crazy, because his dad knew he lost him. Cool.
Yeah. I think when I watched that scene, it was like he was initially disappointed. He got his dad's hug, and like in that moment, if I were in his shoes, I'd be like so mad that my dad would like hug me, because it's, I don't know, there'd be a part of me that's just like don't fucking don't fucking comfort me. Don't tell me, because that's, remember what Fletcher said, like, you know, good job is like the worst thing you can tell someone, and that's like what the parents will always do. It's like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, good job, you did fine, da 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 da. When deep down, you know, like you could have done better, and they're telling you, and they're kind of throttling you, like, and your potential as a result. And I've experienced that in my life, and it's very frustrating. So I feel like in that moment when he hugged his dad, he like, it wasn't like he consciously was like, I'm gonna walk to my dad and say goodbye to my innocent self and then walk back and did it. I feel like he did like in that moment like switch.
It was like it wasn't consciously. It was like
subconscious.
No, it was kind of like the movie like telling you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One of those.
So that's I agree. It was kind of like the movie telling you that. He did say goodbye to his innocent self, and he was like, no, fuck this, I'm not gonna be a little bitch, I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna fucking prove this guy wrong, because he is annoyed by his dad. His dad is like one of those annoying, like, you know, people that like really don't understand like his ambitions and his goals and like what he wants. And because he's one of those, he's like, he has the mentality that a lot of people have, where he's like, I just want you to be safe, I don't want you to be 35 and like die of coke. And he's like, I would rather that and be the best than thing, you know. And that's what you were saying. You like literally asked that question, like, is that worth it? And I guess for you, no, but for him, yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the cost of greatness
is too high for oneself.
I don't think it's worth it for some people. For some people.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it for me, because I go back and forth. Sometimes I'll like isolate myself, be working on stuff, and then I'll be like, I want to have fun. I'm like 22 and I feel like I'm wasting my time, you know? Especially since like I don't know if it's like actually, I'm kind of like the main character where like I'm not entirely sure if I'm capable of it, or if I'm strong enough for that. I don't know. I'm literally going through the same thing right now.
Do you need a Fletcher in your life?
Yeah.
I kind of do. I kind of do, yeah.
Yeah. I think some people can be their own Fletchers, you know? There are people that really are understanding and disciplined enough to be like, no, like I'm not going to do anything else. Like the YouTube guy that I watch, I genuinely think like when he dies, like niggas are going to remember him. He's not just another guy. They're going to like, he will be remembered. People will know who he is like when he passes away. He's very smart and he's very thoughtful, and he sacrificed like everything. Like he's really normal compared to like most people. And he like wasted his life, not wasted, but he spent his life doing this. And he's like fairly happy doing it. And he only got to where he is. He only got 1 million, not because he got like, oh, this video got big views, that video got big views. Like, no, he got to 1 million because like he's been doing it for like 10 years and he like been grinding like hard. And I feel like I don't even know if I'm capable of that. I don't know if I'm weak, but like I don't want to work at like a bitch ass like job. Like that sounds like it sucks ass, you know? So it's like when you watch the movie and you see him like working at the pizza shop or whatever, you can tell he's like, fuck this. Like, you know, like you're never really going to be satisfied. If some people, like the way their brains work, they like need that gratification of like knowing that they did the best that they could, knowing that they like reached for the stars. And I guess some people like are okay with not doing that. And I feel a constant dissatisfaction with myself when I'm like not trying that. I will admit that. And sometimes you don't really need to like be doing the best. Sometimes if you got like a girlfriend or you got like friends and you have your video games and stuff, then you're fine. But I don't know. I guess that's like my thing, because I don't really have all of those things to be fine. So I don't really know if like, I don't really know what I want. Yeah. So that's why I like this movie, because it feels like it's someone who gets it telling me to just do it, you know?
Um, that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. I see exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie means a lot of things, and it doesn't even have to be just about music. You can really it can be about anything.
It really could be about anything. It relates to me a lot, just in regards to like YouTube and stuff, and you know, and this means a lot to me too, because like when college was happening, like everyone was like, "Are you going to college, Allie?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to college. Like I'm not a fucking like normie." Like I was like, "Why would I go to college? Like be a doctor?" Da 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 da. And it like that conversation he has with the girl. That shit like resonates with me so hard, because I would have those conversations with other people. I'm like, "Oh, what do you do?" And they'd be like, "Nurse." And I'm like, "Okay." It's like, because it just shows that like you have no like passions or like ambitions. Like maybe you're super passionate about being a nurse and stuff. So, you know, but most people aren't. Most people just do it just because that's the thing that girls do. And like guys will say some easy shit, right? So it's like, most people just pick shit that they don't really want to do, and they just do because they have no further goals. And it's I don't know. So that conversation that he had with the girl, I resonated with that a lot, because there's a lot of people like that girl, and like I'm more like the guy than the girl when it comes to like raw, like what I want. Like if someone asked me what do I want to do, even though like I probably wouldn't make the sacrifices to do it, like that's the one I would say just based on my raw emotions, like in any given moment. I'm not going to tell people I want to I want to be a mechanic and have a bad bitch and that's it. Like that's not that's not enough for me. I'm going to be like, if I had to like pick my path, if it was as easy as like clicking a button, I would pick the rock star fucking YouTuber thing. Even if it meant, you know, not getting anything else, like not having fun or anything. And I think a lot of people would pick that too, but a lot of people just give up because it's too hard. And maybe that's going to happen to me. I don't know. But nonetheless, this movie does a really good job at telling you that and articulating it and motivating you if you want to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I love this movie.
Me too.
So I think incredible.
Yeah. Are you ready to rate it? Is there anything else to say? How do you feel when he got in the car crash?
Dude, I was so mad.
At the character or at the movie, or like I
was character. Let's sit this one out, dude. Because I knew he was gonna like fuck up.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna fuck up, but he was like Fletcher had him on that descent to madness.
Yeah.
And
have you ever had that happen to you though? Have you ever like had someone be like, okay, do maybe not like this exact scenario, but like do this, and then you like fuck up like a tiny mistake, and they're like, all right, you're dead. Fuck you, you're dead to me. Like that's happened to me before, and I'm like just like him in that situation. I'm like, wait, please. And I love that he's like bloody and like fucked up, because it really fucks you up when like people do that to you, and that's like just like a physical representation of like what Fletcher's like done to him at this point.
Yeah.
And that's happened to me. Like I would act that way towards like my mom and stuff. My mom would do that all the time. It would piss me off. Yeah, she would. Fucking yeah. Fletcher is like my mom in like an annoying way. Kind of. But my mom does not push me in the direction that I really want to go in. She pushes me in like other directions that are fucking stupid. So that's why that pisses me off.
I get on her tempo, bro.
Get on her tempo? I don't fucking like her tempo. My mom wanted me to do like piano, and then like when I said I didn't want to do it, she fucking like slaps me with a belt. I'm like, the fuck? Like it's shit like that like makes me like, huh?
That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
So people like Fletcher, I've experienced that. But I haven't experienced that for anything that like I personally want. And who knows, maybe I would love to like read and write, but my mom and my English teacher kind of ruined that for me. I don't know.
Well, just know this, Ali. You got sacrificed, and the next J.K. Rowling was in your English class.
Sure. I'm not dead yet, so hey, if they're there doing their thing, I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna be the next J.K. Rowling in that class. They all fucking hated him. I think about it. He's like one of the teachers I think about every day. I thought about him today, and like in the car while I'm doing my delivery driving, like I like scream in my head like at him as if he were there, but he's not there. Yeah. So you're right. It does fuck you up, and it has fucked me up. And I don't know, dude. I'm in between in terms of where my life's gonna go based on like what this movie says. But I understand both perspectives.
If the greatest writer came from that English class, and they were like, that teacher was so great, even though he fucked up a bunch of kids, he like made me incredible, and now I'm the best writer in the world. Would you see that and be like, would you like fair?
That's an amazing question, Manny. I would not say fair because I was 12 and I could not leave that class if I wanted to.
Yeah.
In Fletcher's case, all them niggas could have just left. And you're old enough to like kind of understand what's happening, in my opinion. I was 12 years old and I understood why he was doing what he was doing, you know? But I couldn't leave. Like if I didn't like the class, I had to fucking stay there and listen to him. If you left, you like police will literally come after you. It's like the fucking Matrix. It's like I can't do anything, you know? That's why I hate them, because I was forced into situations. If my mom tells me to do something, what am I going to do? Not listen to my mom? No. It's like Kaguya. Yes. Go to Moonland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moonland.
One of my favorite parts when that was the Not My Temple thing, and he was like, here, read this, and he's like, mm-hmm. He's like, what the bro? And he said, like, what the fuck?
He's like,
bro, play drums.
No, he said, like, are you retarded? Then play the damn thing, play the damn scale. Yeah.
I thought.
Mm-hmm. I love that he didn't care about saying faggot and retarded. I was like, oh, yeah. It's 2010 again.
Yeah, those are the peak years. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
I think that's all I got too.
It's like damn near 10. I'm gonna give it a 9 though.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I gave it a 10 before. I'm gonna give it a 10 this time. This is like Kiki's on crack.
True.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I love it. One of my favorites. Yeah, this was a good episode for me. Watched 2 movies that I gave a 10. That's the first. Yeah. But what do you want to do for the next one, Manny? So this next one, I was planning on seeing Triangle of Sadness, and we can still see it if you want to. My whole idea was that there was someone. Oh fuck! I didn't even bring this up. For the month of October, from my time in Canada, I met like one of the directors of like the movies, and he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Massachusetts." And he's like, "Oh, one of my friends is like filming a movie in Massachusetts. Do you want to like help out on like the shoot?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I'm like on like a movie set for like the past like month. I've been like on and off, like just helping out people on like a fucking movie thing, and they got big ass cameras, and they're all like there, like doing their things with the boom mics, and it's cool as fuck. And one of the people there, that's like on the set, like working, is like a YouTuber, and I was like, oh, I was like, holy shit. And like, we kind of hit it off. And I was like, oh, do you want to see Triangle of Sadness with me and my friend? But I don't think he's able to. I don't think he'll be able to come. But we can still watch it regardless of the fact that we won't be able to go with him. But if you would like to opt out of it and just wait until it comes to digital, you can also do that. So.
Oh, I'll go with you.
Okay, cool. So Triangle of Sadness. And this one's going to be... We might not be able to do 3 for this one because we're going to have to record this week, like this weekend. So we only have 1 week to watch the movies. And the next movie that I want to recommend, I could recommend maybe something shorter, but honestly, like the next movie I want to recommend is like 3 hours long. So I'm just going to wait. And Triangle of Sadness is already like 2.5 hours long. So let's not take up too much time out of our days. Yeah. So you can recommend something else. Do you have one lined up?
Yeah, I was gonna do I'll do the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah! Awesome. You've never seen it before, have you?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen Fantastic Mr. Fox?
No.
Oh really? Okay, you should watch that as well. Awesome. Cool. Where have you heard about this movie?
I saw it in a video, and art is like God tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the poster's
what?
The poster is God tier, so I have to watch it now.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that conversation. So Grand Budapest, Triangle of Sadness, and yeah, I guess it'll just be those 2 for the next one. Probably will be a short episode. Maybe Lewis can come on and spice things up. Maybe he can recommend something. Maybe. Should I call him right now? Ask him?
Is he up at this time?
Yeah. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's call him. Oh, wait, no. Can you still hear me? Oh, shit. I think my headphone's like disconnected from the PC. Little bitch is probably fucking asleep. Yeah, he's asleep. Okay, speak. I need to see if my headphones are working.
They're good.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's all the movies. That's a fucking podcast, yo. We did it. Thanks, bro. Another one. 31. Damn. Well into double digits. 30 episodes, Manny. Can you believe it? Time flies by.
It felt like more.
Yeah, it did feel like more. Feels like we've been doing this for a long ass time. I saw the number 30. I was like, really? Only 30? I feel like we had like 50 under our belt.
Yeah.
I guess 30 will be like, if we do it bi-weekly, that's how it would be like every year. So in basically like 2 years and like a couple months, 2 years and like 2 months, we'll have like 100 episodes.
Yeah. Episode 100, we fucking rewatch like the best thing we watched.
Yeah, we should rewatch Paprika, Akira, and something else. Yeah. What's the best thing we've watched? That's the question. What's your favorite thing that we've watched?
Well,
after this call, I was looking at all the things I gave a 10. I've given a lot of things on here a 10.
the best thing I've watched is Paprika, Perfect Blue, Memento.
Mm-hmm.
For movies.
Right.
For anime.
Ping pong.
Yeah, I think so. Ping pong. Probably like Fully Cooley.
Best thing. I'm gonna watch. Give me a second. Ping pong. I have a lot of 10s. Holy shit. My 10s are Whiplash, Tetsuo, Kill Bill, Videodrome, Millennium Actress, Memento, Kaguya, Kiki's, and Ping Pong. And it's very hard for me to like rank my 10s and like pick one over all the others, but yeah, I don't know.
We're watching Wind Rises.
Yeah. Wind Rises is very similar to Whiplash, kind of, in the sense that it's about a dude who's like following his passion, but like his passion's like getting in the way of his like actual life. It's a lot happier than Whiplash, but you know, Miyazaki is like a hopeless optimist, so all of his movies are happy even though they make no sense.
Watching Ocean Waves.
Yeah. Ocean waves, whoosh. All right, bro. I guess that's it. Do you want to watch the Trigun trailer?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
ミリオンズナイブスという名前は聞いたことあるかい？第三都市ジュライ。そこにやる。あの人たちは僕に助けてくれた。だから助けたい。絶対少ない少なくします。ただの記者だ。
Roberto De Niro? Is
Yeah,
that his...
no, yeah, that's his name.
We're doomed.
最悪に見舞われるって話だ。僕しちゃう。ただの葬儀屋や。
Is it Wolfwood?
Yeah.
He looks cool. Oh, I saw fucking Legato.
Yep, me too. All right. Oh. Oh, I didn't even see that last part until just now. Yeah. All right. So that was the Trigun trailer.
They're doomed.
Still don't
Where's
like
the
it. Still.
Where's the other girl? Was with the other girl.
I guess so. Based on, you might not have been able to hear it like with them talking, but I guess the new thing is that they're reporters and they're not insurance agents. So they've like remixed it, and I guess they replaced Millie with Roberto because he's like her partner.
Oh, brother.
So you're still not. That didn't like make you any more positive about it. It made you feel worse.
No, he looks like Trigun. Vash looks like a cyberpunk character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it does not look right to me.
Gotcha.
Wolf, cool though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll carry the show.
You definitely won. Vash is the main guy.
I'm thinking about getting a Trigun tattoo.
Really? But
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
I was thinking about getting like his glasses. You know how because like the side has like the spikes. I was gonna get that like just a tiny one like somewhere on my arm.
Mm-hmm.
And, like what is that? I'll be like, if you know, you know.
Yeah, that would be sick. Just the spikes?
Huh?
Just the spikes, or just the side of the glasses, or like the whole glasses?
It's gonna be at like a diagonal angle.
That's cool. You didn't tell me that though.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna get the JoJo one too.
Yeah, you said the JoJo one about the arrow.
I want to get a Cowboy Bebop one. I want to the Bebop aircraft with like a trail, and then under it's gonna say
Space Cowboy.
You're gonna carry that weight.
That's cool. Do you want like a whole sleeve?
I like tattoos, but I can only get a sleeve if like it depends where my life's at.
Yeah.
If I'm doing really well, I might get like a sleeve.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Yeah.
What really did it for me with the glasses was the Trigun movie when Wolf put them shits on.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This
Yeah.
is gonna be like one.
I'm always going back and forth on whether I want to get tattoos and stuff. I can never decide. The more I think about Memento, the more I feel like the message of that movie is that you don't need to remember things and you can just kind of accept the world as it is. So you don't need to get tattoos to force you to remember things about your past. But maybe I'm misinterpreting that. Maybe the point is to get tattoos so that you can remember whatever you want to remember and fill in the blanks of like whatever you want it to be. Yeah, that's probably the message of Memento. But I don't know. I think I'm indecisive. I think I changed my mind too much.
I think I picked those three because those three mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I think they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind getting it. But if someone sees it and is like, is that a Baba tattoo? Hey.
Mm-hmm.
If you see it, like if you don't watch JoJo and you see an arrow, you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
So someone sees it like, yo, is that the JoJo thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, you're my bro for life now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wanna, if I ever get like other like anime tattoos, this is gonna be like subtle.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't get Goku on my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would always put thought into like, oh, my tattoos. I always, you know, the shit that Mugen has, like on his leg. Did I tell you about that? Like, I wanted. Okay.
I think you did.
Yeah.
You probably. I brought up the arrow the first time.
Yeah. I was thinking about that, but yeah.
But both get curse mark tattoos.
Curse mark, dude. I keep forgetting about the curse mark from Naruto. Oh man.
Not the or from Berserk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot they called it that. Yeah.
We're gonna get that, and a whole lot of bad shit's gonna start happening.
Yeah, Berserk is great.
I saw one dude with Berserk tattoo. It was just like the sword. It looks so dope.
Yeah,
it was like this is a long ass sword in his forearm. Like damn,
that's a good sword.
It was like there's like it looked like grass at the bottom, and then like the sword was just like in the ground and like sticking up. And it was dope.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear about like the Berserk memorial movie where like I guess it doesn't really matter. Probably not gonna watch it, but it's like it's the Berserk movie, but they added like an extra scene to it that like was in the manga that wasn't in like the movie. In memorial for Miura, I guess. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I think it's I don't know. Crunchyroll uploaded the trailer and like was talking about it as if it was gonna be on Crunchyroll. I'll like double check right now. But
yeah,
you know Berserk is back, right? Like it's like the manga and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah, it is dope. I'm actually some people are saying like don't bring it back. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Bring it back, please. Yeah. Oh wow, this memorial edition. Yeah, this memorial it is on fucking whatchamacallit. Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. It's chopped up into 3 25-minute episodes, which is interesting. I wonder why. Okay. Well, yeah, man. That was a good convo. Good shit. So, Triangle of Sadness. We'll go to see that. When should we see that?
That's
We'll see. We'll figure out. Are you free most of the time? Usually?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Triangle of Sadness, and then what's the other one? Grand Budapest.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I could find a third thing. All right, I'll ask Lewis. Are you willing to add a third thing?
Yeah, I'm down because it's gonna be up to him.
You don't want to watch like a 3-hour movie?
I was just gonna ask because I don't know if this has been intentional,
Mm-hmm.
but we've been on kind of on a roll here where I did 2, then you did 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Since we watched like Repo Man, Dead Leaves, like you did 2, then I did Sound of Metal, Nope, and then you just did this 2.
Okay, we can. Do you want it? You can do 2. Yeah, we can do that.
I want to watch
Do you
the
want?
usual.
Do you want to do 2, or do you want Lewis to come on, and him recommend one, or you do 2 and Lewis can come on and just with your 2? It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. But just that's a proposal.
Lewis can do the next one.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'll ask Lewis what he
Wait,
wants.
no, I'm next one.
Oh, like you want to recommend yours and then okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So what's your second one?
The Usual Suspects.
I feel like I've heard of that movie. I have heard of this movie. I've never seen it. It's not even on my watch list, but I have heard of it. Cool. I'm excited. Excited to watch it. Awesome.
Yes.
All right. Dope. So Triangle of Sadness, Usual Suspects, and fucking Grand Budapest. All right, Manny. That's a fucking pod. We did it.
So we're doing this next Sunday?
Yeah. Next Sunday.
All right.
Yeah. All right, bro. I guess that's it. What time is it? 1:17. That wasn't too long. That was pretty short. Got everything done in a really concise manner. Let me like triple check, make sure there's like nothing else to talk about. Probably not though. Are there any? Have you been playing any games?
No.
When does God of War come out?
I don't know. I haven't been doing no research, nothing. I haven't looked up nothing on that game. I will wait until it's on the PlayStation Store. Only thing I've been doing now. What did I do today? Oh, I got my passport, which cost $180.
You never had a passport before?
No, I did when I was young. They said if you were a kid when you got your passport, it doesn't count.
Yeah. You have to update it like constantly.
So they said, motherfucker, that'll be $180, please. Thank you. Shit, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
That shit. Damn, that shit hurt.
I know. Gotta get a job.
What? Yeah, I need to figure out what I'm doing.
Me too.
But it's hard. It's hard because I don't want to like go into something and be like, this is gay.
You're probably gonna do that with everything. Name one thing that's not gonna be like that, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I just want to be like a Twitch streamer, dude.
I just want to live in the interior.
I do not go outside.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be a Twitch streamer. Everyone wants to play video games. I actually don't. When you're a Twitch streamer, you have to like talk while you play games. I like to just sit there and play the fucking game.
Nah, like I would be I wouldn't be with those because the streamers that are the best players in the world.
Mhm.
Like they play a game and they're the best players in the world and stream. They have like no personalities, and people just watch them because they're like so good. You know what I mean?
I know. I don't like those type of games though. Like if I were to ever stream, I would play like single player games, like God of War
Yeah.
or something.
Because I watch this one streamer. I don't really watch him. I watch this one guy. He plays PUBG. He's like the best PUBG player in the world. Wins tournaments, blah blah blah. And like I watch him because like the shit he does in that game, I didn't think were possible. So, and like everyone just watches him because he's so cracked out of his mind.
Yeah.
I'll be one of those guys.
Yeah.
Well,
you want to be one of those guys? Dude, that takes effort. You know, you can do it,
I know.
but people don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who's the biggest streamer right now on Twitch?
It fucking switches all the time. I don't know.
It's a black guy now.
Okay. What does he do?
Kai Cenat.
I've never
Kinda
heard of
just-
him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, biggest streamer. Streaming is like very segregated into like different communities and like sects, so it's very easy for me not to know somebody if what they stream is like not important to me.
Yeah, it's definitely not important to you.
Yeah, what is
Listen,
it?
he's just like a nigga.
Is he? Does he act like a nigga?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's important. You didn't say that. You said he's black, and I was like, okay. That doesn't mean he's black.
He's a full blown like New York.
That's cool.
Nigga.
Do you know
He
fucking
passed XU and subs.
what does he do though?
He just
talks
dude,
like
he just talks. He does like dates.
just stupid shit. Yeah.
He had Lil Baby on his stream today.
Oh, that's cool.
And he had like 50K viewers live.
What did he do? What were they doing?
I think he was just talking. He has a channel too. A YouTube channel and like with million subscribers.
What does he do on the channel?
He trolls people. Like he just goes out and like trolls.
Okay.
He's like, you know, Gideon.
Didion? Where have I heard that name before? Who does he do? What does he do?
He like goes out and trolls.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've heard that name, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, like he had this video. I thought it was funny. He went to this black party where like there's none of these. He knew none of these people, but there was like a huge black gathering at a hotel, and he went there. And he was like, "Yo, remember me? I'm like your cousin's sister." And he'd be like, "What's your name?" He'd be like, "I'm blah blah blah." You don't remember me? Like, bro, I grew up with blah blah blah. And he'd be like, "Oh my god, like, it's you?" And he'd be like, "Yeah." I'm like,
that's so funny. That's actually really cool. He said, "I'm your cousin's sister." That's hilarious.
He'd be like, "Yo, I'm Ollie's like cousin, like long lost cousin." He'd be like, "No way. What's your name?" And he'd be like, Do you know this person?" He'd be like, "Yes." Like, I do know this person. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's been so long."
That's
and like
so
he tries
funny.
like all the older people like fall for it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, you had a kid," and the kid's like acting like he knows him. He's like, "What's up, bro? I'm a little kid." Like,
do people see the phone? Like they
he has a whole camera behind him, and he was telling people that he's like filming it because like he hasn't seen them in so long.
Oh, okay. That's funny. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Does he get food? That would be hilarious. Like if he like started going to like where they got the food and starts like dishing out a plate, I would burst out laughing. I'd be like on the floor like, holy shit, this man is stealing free food. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of him.
Yeah, it's just not my type of content. I don't like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
nah. I only brought it up because he's the nigga.
Yeah. I only follow like
nigga player.
yeah, I only follow a handful of people on Twitch. Have you seen Shofu? Do you know who that is? He's like a Pokemon YouTuber slash streamer, but he's really like a nigga. Like despite that, you'd like him because he's like such a nigga, but he like is such like a Pokemon head. So he's like, yo, so I was in the strip club, right? And I was catching a shiny in Ruby and Pearl right when that shit dropped. And the stripper was on my ass, but I had the DS in front of her ass. just funny shit like that, like on stream.
Yeah,
like that.
I would find that funny.
Yeah. And,
he has a 2.8, man. What's that guy's name? Shofu.
Yeah, Shofu. He does like these like ciphers sometimes, where it's like rap ciphers with like other YouTubers and stuff. It's pretty fun. But watch his like Twitch clips compilations. They're fucking hilarious. He watches like MasterChef on Twitch with like a bunch of his niggas, and they're so funny. Like he'll just straight watch MasterChef, and he'll be like, "Yo!" Like it's some of the funniest like Twitch moments I've ever experienced. Like are when he's watching that show.
Let me see if I can find him. Oh, I found him.
Yeah, you'd like him.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I sent you that family video
On Discord or on text?
Text. I thought that show was funny. It was great to see a nigga at the top.
Oh, you sent me a TikTok. I thought this was like a spam thing because it's not through your contacts, it's through your email. Okay.
The Chainsaw Man one?
I never clicked on it because it just shows up as a link. I don't it doesn't like pop up as a a thing. All the Chainsaw Man movie references in its opening.
The Big Lebowski's in there.
Oh, dude, I didn't even see. There's an opening. Oh shit, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see Chainsaw Man's opening. Cool. I'm excited. Is it like animated or are these like still images? Is that what the opening is?
I think it's animated.
Okay. You think? Did you watch it?
I think I skipped the opening. I don't know why.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
I think I was on a time crunch.
Oh, okay.
But they had a No Country for Old Men in there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was dope.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Chainsaw Man. I haven't heard anyone talk about it. I'm good at avoiding these things, I guess. I'll watch it when I get to it. The only person I fucking talk to is Lewis, and he hasn't watched it either. Yeah.
Chainsaw Man is the only thing I've been seeing for like past year.
Yeah. Doing a good job at like not using Twitter anymore. So I'm seeing like nothing. I'm very lonely as a result. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun, bro. Thank you for watching my fucking stupid old movies about Batman and Dracula and Tetsuo. Tetsuo!
Don't worry, Ollie. I'll always watch your shitty movies.
Thank you, Manny.
And you will have to watch mine.
Yay. You always pick the classics. So. The only thing that you've recommended that hasn't been an anime that was ass was On the Count of Three.
On the Count of Three.
Yeah. But
I think I haven't really been. There's just so many movies I haven't seen because I was never like a movie guy.
yeah, I make a very conscious effort to not watch the classics because I feel like there aren't that many and I'm going to watch them all. So that's why I don't recommend them. And I recommend like weird shit because I find that to be more interesting and fun, even if it's bad.
I'm trying to up my movie game.
Yeah. Got to do your homework. I'm excited to watch Usual Suspects. This is the one that fucking Eye Patch Wolf made a video on.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah.
It's been good.
All right, it's been good, bro. Next
me know.
Sunday. Yeah, I'll let you try. I'll let you know with Triangle of Sadness, and I'll also let you know about the One Piece movie.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Deuces.
All right, bro. See ya.
See ya.